niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all's the hater, and all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it.
What up, what up? We back, man. Realest
shut up over there.
Realest podcast ever. We ain't did one of these in a little minute.
Did one of what?
One of these, no guests, just shooting the shit.
These were our best Jones, though.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying?
People,
they don't care.
No,
but these are our best Jones. You know what I'm saying? They only want to see guests now, which is nuts.
Which is flipped.
Remember when they hated the guest shit?
Yeah, don't never do no guests, never again.
Now it's like, you two niggas again?
This it?
This is it?
Where's Dan at? Anybody? Go find one of the African niggas in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Go find somebody.
Yeah, Chad flipped on the African nigga in the parking lot, man. I was depressed about that.
The other Africans waved me into the Chinese lot. They was like, gave me 2 hours for $10. You know what I'm saying? I can't argue with that.
Damn, I need to go out there. I might need to go holler at the Asian, African, you know what I'm saying?
Gave me 2 hours for $10, man.
Yeah,
you know
conglomerate going on over there. We back. This is our first big show of February.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah, damn sure.
Yeah, what
is.
today is? February 8th.
8th.
We released shows.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah,
to everybody.
For sure. Let's clap that up.
Yeah, definitely. Let me give you some homework. Next week, let's do this. Let's both come in here. Don't tell each other. We're going to speak about somebody who deserves recognition for Black history.
Okay, so are we doing Black history or Black future?
What do you mean Black future?
Meaning like somebody more present that's making Black history?
No,
somebody from the past?
like someone who doesn't get the acknowledgement that they deserve. And Black, we all know Ida B. Wells and Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, but like somebody who, people like when we go and search for shit.
Oh, I like that. Let's
do that. Next week we show up and we both come with somebody who doesn't get the recognition that they deserve but should.
Next week, Jack.
Yeah, next week, Jack, player.
Turkey.
Hey, real quick. Did you see Saturday Night Live, the news, John?
Yes.
Jost and Michael Che, whatever.
I went down a rabbit hole watching that.
I told you how funny they are, right? So for all y'all don't know, they do the weekly news and they write each other's jokes. So they write it and they gotta perform it. He's black, he's white. So Jost, he's writing the shit Michael Che wrote for him. So he's like, for the first time in history, two brothers will face each other in the Super Bowl. And for the first time in history, two brothers facing each other in the Super Bowl is the reason that my grandfather won't be watching. Michael Che is like, damn, first day of Black History.
First day of Black History.
Yeah, I was dying off of that shit the other day.
Dog, I was watching one the other day, right? They was talking about the Black Superman, Joe.
Okay.
And he was like, he had did like 3 different bits about it. So the third Joe, he's like, yeah, in this iteration of Superman will be known as the Man of Steel, and Steel is STEAL. The Man of Steel.
Yo. They are funny as shit.
They said a Black Superman story resonates with the entire Black community because it can resonate with not having any fathers.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what is going on here?
He said they're redoing Superman, and this Superman is going to be black, and his kryptonite. He saw the screen. He was like, his kryptonite is an honest day's work. Them two motherfuckers are silly, man. But like I said, yeah, we could do that though. Cool little John. We give some props to unknown Black history people who deserve some recognition. You're not just Michael Jackson and LeBron and Michael Jordan. The shit we always hear about. Yeah. How you feeling to start this month?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, this month is moving. I know that. It's already February 8th.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten shit accomplished.
Yeah, none of the shit we said we was doing. We got to get the merch John popping because I literally had like 10 different people already.
Okay.
Like, yo, when the John? I'm like, yeah, we waiting on the...
Waiting on Dan. You just in the hats. Oh, okay. Well, just send just the front.
Yeah, we got some money.
Merch caps will be up Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
TRPemerch.com.
Merch caps will be available Friday for pre-order.
Friday to Monday, then it'll shut down. Whoever get their orders in, get their orders in. If you don't, you got to wait till next drop, and it's going to be something different.
That's exactly how we doing it. What you do this week?
Be sick.
Yeah, you was sick.
Yeah, I was sick, dog. So like last Tuesday, Wednesday, I started after we recorded, like I started feeling sick or whatever. And I was just like, oh, you know, my immune system is usually pretty rock solid. So whatever is tough trying to get up on me, drink some elderberry, some ginger shots, whatever, and I'm usually pretty cool. Drink some tea, I'll be all right. Not this time. So by Friday, I'm like full blown sick, like runny nose, hacking and coughing or whatever. I go to urgent care. So the first thing I do is I take a COVID test at home.
Right.
Take the COVID test, negative. All right, bet, I'm good. Anything other than COVID, I can deal with.
Because we got COVID tests lying around now like sporks.
Yeah, they're just I got boxes of them.
Yeah, they're just the most random shit.
So I take the vid test. My girl take one. We both negative. I'm like, all right, cool. Anything other than COVID, I'm straight. So I'm imagining it's probably the flu. Mm-hmm. So that was Thursday night. Friday all day, I'm just like, I got to do something about this. We both go to urgent care, get tested, whatever. Tell them about the symptoms. Took the COVID test, negative. Let's do a flu test, whatever. Okay. Flu test come back 20 minutes, negative. You know what these motherfuckers tell me? Yeah, you got some viral shit. We can't prescribe you nothing. All it's gonna do is give you diarrhea. Just have a nice day. Yeah, go go drink some Robitussin and have a nice day.
That's what they do now.
Yeah, he said if you have something viral, typically it comes with a sore throat attached to it. He said so the fact that you don't have a sore throat and you just having post-nasal drip and the cough or whatever, that means that whatever you're taking is better than most. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm taking Mucinex Max. He's like, oh, yeah, that's great. Just keep taking that. Monday, you should be cool. Monday came, I was not cool. I was still fucking sick. So now today's Tuesday. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still probably only like 85%. I still got like a little nasally thing going on if y'all can hear it. But I'm battling back. So probably by the end of this week, I should be cool. But, yeah, everybody's getting sick right now. It's bad.
It's that time because the weather. It's so up and down. I kind of thought I was going to deal with it coming back because it was warm to come back in. I had on shorts when I got off the plane. I'm like, I'm tweaking. You know what I'm saying? I was in Miami this weekend. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, Miami's always a good time.
It's Miami. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can't Miami.
You know those people to be like, damn, you going to Miami again? And be
yes,
like,
nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Miami is great.
Yeah, nigga.
Miami is arguably one of the top 10. It's the best American city, bar none. And
I got Vegas and Miami.
It's Vegas and Miami.
Yeah.
And like Vegas, you got to be careful not to over Miami.
Yeah.
Or you'll jam yourself
and
up.
Reno is up there too, but that's for a whole nother reason.
That's a whole nother reason.
Yeah,
you got to make sure you don't over Miami and like overstay your welcome and do a little bit too much, especially like if you like a club goer and all that shit, because you'll lose your shirt. Shit get expensive.
Remember how we broke down how the whole Miami experience has changed?
It's completely flipped.
And I've gotten to the point now where I kind of feel like
Scooters and slushies.
Scooters and slushies. That it like get you if you really balling, you get a slutty goblet drink on Ocean. And that was the goings on.
Hey man, bring my glass back. All right, I got you.
Right. And then remember we kind of flipped into that rental car, riding around 20, all of that shit.
Yeah, riding around and getting it culture.
Yeah, riding.
I'm riding around and I'm getting it.
Riding around and getting it culture in Miami definitely was a time. But I keep it about with you. I'm kind of out of the riding around and getting it culture now. Like, it's just like not trying to be funny. And this ain't even like no stunt shit. I've driven everything.
Yeah.
So at this point, I kind of want to own some shit more than I want to rent some shit. So it's like I've driven every Rolls Royce, Bentley, Ferrari, Lambo. I've done all this shit. So it's like, all right, I kind of want to own more foreigns. Like I have one. Like I want to own more foreigns before I worry about pulling off the Cullen. I had a Cullinan in Dubai. So it's just like I don't, and I got down there the other day, and of course, he hit me like, hey, you around?
See you outside.
See you outside. I'm like, yeah, I might. I'll see what's up tomorrow. And I'm like, please don't hit me.
Yeah, leave me alone.
And it's just like, it was more so just a chill fallback weekend. Enjoy some weather, some water, and some food, and that's pretty much what we did. We had a good ass time. We everybody's hitting me like food wise. We went to 2 spots on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Guy Fieri is definitely the mayor of Flavortown because you know where to go. We went to Yardbird. So they got this fried chicken shit. They do like this fried chicken that they cook in lard. Sounds kind of ridiculous.
Sounds like a congestive heart.
But I'm telling you, it's like their bar poulet.
Okay, got it.
You know what I'm saying? And
rest in peace, Bar Poulet.
Rest in peace to Bar Poulet. Definitely. Give me a spooker button one time for that one. Blue button. You know what I'm saying? Definitely RIP to Bar Poulet. But the fried chicken was very good. They got this fried chicken waffle and watermelon dish. It sounds niggerish.
Sounds racist.
Sounds racist. but it's very good. There was an Asian lady that came and sat next to us, this older Asian woman, little Asian lady. She was like, I hear you guys do an amazing gluten-free waffle and fried chicken with watermelon. And he was like, yeah, we do it. She's like, that's what I'm here for. No bullshit. This little Asian lady ate the whole, there were no bones on her plate. And I'm like, yo, where the bones? Where the bones? Yeah, they love that. Remember we saw it? She threw that shit away. We went to Tequiza. That was another one from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. That's where they do like the corn meal that they make there. They do the chips, the black chips I posted or whatever. Phenomenal guacamole and chips was real good. First night we went to Wild on the porch. It's like a hookah bar.
Yeah, how was that? I've never been there.
It's across the street from SLX.
Okay.
It was the food. I did one of your numbers. Hookah and lamb chops. You know, that's called the Chad.
It's real simple.
That's called the Chad in all the places. The lamb chops were pretty good. The hookah was busting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know you outside, so that's a cool little. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't expensive, you know what I'm saying? I had the, I get freaky with the hookahs. I had the, it's called Happy Hawaiian. It was mango, peach, pineapple, strawberry.
Yeah, that used to be my shot. I used to get the Hawaiian from Day and Night.
Okay.
And then I stopped going out.
I had that with the milk base. You know, I'm a freak. Milk base, that shit get critical.
Yeah, give you that thick, full smoke.
Right.
Experience.
Definitely smoked hookah every day now. That's why I'm kind of hookah'd out. The next night, but Wild on the Porch was pretty cool. Nice. If you trying to smoke some hookah, eat some food, you gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? The next night we went to Komodo. Now you recommended Komodo,
yes,
and we made a reservation a couple weeks ago. I'm like, all right, I'm going to Komodo. I was hesitant because I'm like, Chad told us about the Juline, and you know, shout out Ish. Ish put me on Juline. Apparently, people from there left or something and went to Tao. Say less.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, when they changed it from the club to the kitchen, it's just like totally different now. So he was like, hey, it'd have been a couple years ago, you'd have been all right. But he was just like, now they're just not the same. We went to Komodo.
I haven't been since the changeover.
Yeah, we went to Komodo and I was hesitant. Came in, atmosphere was cool. It was real nice, pleasant, whatever.
I sat upstairs or downstairs?
Sat downstairs, right above one of the bird's nests. Where we was outside. It was nice. I liked the whole setup, everything. Dog, I'm going to give you props. No bullshit. That might have been the best short rib I ever had in my life.
Komodo's amazing.
I mean, like, not even gassing it, yo. Like, that short rib was out of this world. Yeah. I'm about to get one. I'm about to take this shit off. Get another one, just put it in a Ziploc.
Got some dries?
Yeah, put that shit on the motherfucking carry-on. That short rib was excellent.
Yeah, Komodo's amazing, man. David Gluttman has just pretty much just figured it out as far as like restaurant aesthetics, pairing with the right chefs, and executing all these different vibes, at different places, and running a real deal hospitality group. Like he has pretty much majority of the higher end sit-down restaurants in Miami are all his. Swan with him and Pharrell, the Good Time Hotel him and Pharrell have, and then they have like a
I didn't know Swan was him. That's crazy.
Yeah, him and Pharrell have the pool bar. It's like Cherry something or whatever.
Okay.
At the Good Time Hotel or whatever. And then he's got like 7, 8, 9 other restaurants. Poppy Steak is his. Like
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, David Gluttman is the guy.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Yeah, he's the Wolf of South Beach for sure.
Okay. The Poppy Steak, it seems like the whole
it's dying
fad
down.
behind it is over. There were 3 people I know who were in Miami this weekend. They all went to Sexy Fish. They all was like it wasn't good.
Yeah, Sexy Fish is a straight aesthetic play.
And that's why I'm just, I've like, to me, it feels Barton G-ish. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't.
New restaurant in Miami just got their Michelin star, Cote.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Goldie was there either yesterday or the day before, and he said everything was amazing. He was like, Instagram storying his whole experience or whatever. And he was like, they earned their. He's like more important than their Michelin star. They've earned their Goldie star. Okay. he's like, no, this is definitely like.
Komodo was excellent. I had the special fried rice they do with I got it without the ham and shit.
Yeah.
And the mixed vegetables. I had this sushi. It was how they do the fried rice, and then it was lobster, like a lobster tuna, like a lobster salad.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it was so fucking good. It's called like lobster. It's a funny word, like lobster avalanche or lobster light, some shit. I can't remember, but it was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Foodie ass term.
Yeah, it says MP next to it, but it was very fucking good. The next night we went to Carbone. I got a reservation at Carbone. Spooky Button. One of the most overrated Jones. Like have you been?
No, I still haven't been yet. because I went to Cipriani's in
Cipriani's is very good.
in Vegas, and I honestly thought that was a little.
The one in New York, I've never been to
overrated.
the one in Vegas.
Yeah, I went to the one in Vegas in the Wynn, and I thought the decor and all of that was beautiful, but I even thought that was like a little overrated for what people like, described it as or whatever the case may be. So I could totally imagine Carbone being completely overrated.
You realize that it's like it's not the food or even really the service. It's the fact that like Drake, Kim Kardashian, LeBron, 21 Savage, all of that shit.
Yeah, Ross said it. Kim Kardashian ruined Carbone.
Yeah, it's that shit more than anything. So we get there. Now, mind you, the dress code, like when they send you the confirmation for your joint, says on there, Miami chic is the dress code. I got there and it was Wu-Tang chic. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas had on any fucking thing.
Champion cone heads and Rockaware shorts.
I had on a nice shirt. I wore slacks, like dress pants.
Yeah.
Shoes. She had on a nice dress, heels. I'm thinking like, okay, because my thing is, in another town, I don't want to play we can't let you in for that
Exactly.
game. Like, I don't do that nowhere else. Here, like how Dunbar was like, they wouldn't let him in Del Frisco, I'm going to State 48. Like, I'm not doing that somewhere else. So I'm going to adhere to the dress code. To get there and see sneakers, hats, hoodies, shorts, everything that they say you're not supposed to wear on the joint. Dog, it was unbelievable. So the dress code thing was just already bizarre. Now, anyway, I felt like I looked nice. So I wasn't even tripping. I was like, whatever, I look nice, whatever, we're going to eat. You get in there, we had a reserved section at the bar, whatever, little couches or whatever, and that's like your pre-drink zone before you go to your table or whatever. So we had like a couple of glasses of Moscato, boom, we get to our table. The table was cool, wasn't really bad. The lighting is real dim.
Yeah.
In certain spots. Certain spots
are like a mob meeting type.
But here's the
vibe.
problem with the mob meeting vibe thing. It's like mob meetings is like quiet and it's one speaker.
This shit is loud.
This shit is, and then they're playing. Remember Dan's playlist that he was like, I can only play this with y'all in the car?
Yeah.
It was all of that. Why is the Evils playing during an Italian dinner? I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Guess whose Bizak came on?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Kareem came on.
Oh, yeah, it was Dan's playlist.
Dog. Kareem came on. Money, Power, Respect came on. Can't Knock the Hustle came on.
This is literally Dan's playlist.
No bullshit. When it got to where I Get Around came on, and Lee was just like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, listening to Tupac during an Italian dinner is just crazy as shit. This is just wild. We order appetizers. They bring you the bread. They bring you, what did I order? I ordered the shrimp cocktail. You know I'm a shrimp cocktail fanatic.
Yeah.
The shrimp cocktail came out. I'm looking at it like, yo, what's all it? Because the boy explained it like, it's just, because it says it on the thing, shrimp cocktail, ask waiter. It says nothing else. So I'm like, what's going on with the shrimp cocktail? He's like, it's your classic shrimp cocktail sauce. Let me bring you one. I'm like, yeah, bring one. Bro, it came out and it was like white. And I'm like,
that shrimp cocktail had a fur coat on.
It had a fur. It was like fur on the shrimp. Bro, they covered a shrimp in horseradish. And I'm like, this is not a shrimp cocktail.
This shrimp had on a Marnie sweater.
No, I was like, yo, that was a very weird joint. They completely botched the shrimp cocktail. You got to get the spicy rigatoni.
Yeah.
That's like the thing everybody wants to know. Did you know black people, we overcook noodles?
No.
Did you because apparently like in Italian food, it's like they undercook the noodles on purpose.
Wanted to be crunchy?
It's like has a little bit of like a hardness to the noodle.
Oh no, hell no. I'd have flipped the table.
And I'm just like, yo, why? Like the sauce is excellent.
Yeah.
But the noodles were like tough. And
hell no.
Yeah, yo, I was just like, yo, listen.
Going back to Maggiano's where they
y'all
cook
need
noodles
to put this
regular.
in the microwave, look like sauce.
I would have been pissed.
The sauce was excellent.
Yeah, the sauce is delicious.
But the noodles just wasn't it. The meatballs, phenomenal. They were the best part of the joint. Got the lobster ravioli. That was.
Speaking of meatballs, I've been having this goddamn existential crisis about meatballs. Now, everywhere I go, I'm just perpetually paranoid about the ingredients of meatballs, obviously because I don't eat pork. Mm-hmm. So it's like some places meatballs is a combination of beef, veal, and pork. Some places
real meatballs is beef, veal, and pork.
Yeah, that's some places it's just beef. Some places it's just veal or whatever. But some places they'll tell you it's veal, but it got a little bit of pork in it. Yeah. So I find myself having this existential crisis where I just stay away from meatballs altogether now, even though they're delicious.
Yeah, no, these Jones are like, I'm sure there's some pork in it.
Yeah,
them Jones is good.
This is too tender.
They're too good. They did not have no pork. The meatballs by far and away were phenomenal. The desserts, I got a coconut cake. I didn't really like it. She got a lemon cheesecake. That shit was good as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, give me half of that. Yeah. like, bust that down with me. You know what I'm saying? All in all, it wasn't that expensive.
Give it a score.
C+.
Yeah, it's not that good.
It's not that it's not that good. It's just that, like, Komodo, I know, like, if I was to go to Miami this weekend, like, go again, I know I'm going to Komodo.
For sure.
For sure, I'm going one of them nights. If I go to Miami this weekend again, I'm not.
Yeah, I gave Poppy Steak a C+ too.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I have no desire to ever go back.
Like,
it's small. It's the Poppy Steak is the whole restaurant is the size of this apartment.
It's like an Alpen Rose type situation.
It's the whole size of this apartment.
And like, if we were in
with
Miami,
the same furniture.
If we were in Miami and like one of y'all was like, "Oh, I got a reservation for all of us at Carbone," I'm coming.
Yeah,
because I'm getting meatballs out. You know, I'm coming.
Yeah,
but I'm not. I don't think
I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah, and you realize it's just a hoopla around the name and around all the shit with it, because it's really like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Steak 48 is better.
Yeah,
like, not even trying to be funny.
Yeah, our Steak 48 dinner was fucking amazing.
Like, every time I go to Steak 48, I'm left like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah,
but I left out of it the other day where it was too many misses.
I need some of that corn.
It was too many. Yeah, the corn's really good. It was just too many misses. The shrimp cocktail was a complete miss. Yeah, the spicy rig was like a bit of a miss. What else did we get? Oh, the potato. They were really good. The potatoes Jones was really slamming. The coconut cake was a complete miss. Like, I literally threw it out. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yeah, this shit ain't good. Like, so it was just too many misses from a place where it's like, the biggest rapper in the game is like, you know how it be when niggas can't get a reservation here. It's like, for all of that, you would think this shit was just like above amazing. Yeah. And I realized the other day where it's like the aesthetic part of it, like, it's more photos and pictures and going on than it is like A1 food and A1 service. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was very, it's just food. Yeah. Like, that's how I looked at it after. It's just food. Like, you know, next time I come, I wear my Timbs, be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't got to get dressed up for this motherfucker. Like, it was just food. So, you know, that was that. But outside of that, what else did we do? Rooftop. We had the rooftop private joint for the pool. That was cool as shit. Did a bunch of little sightseeing, hit the mall. You know, I bought some glasses. I was gonna wear them too. You know what I'm saying? I bought some nice glasses the other day.
Nice glasses to have you wanting to wear them everywhere.
I was just walking. I'm in the room, laying in the bed, sunglasses on.
Yeah, I've been looking at these damn Jacques Marie Mage glasses. Shout out my man Z. He put me onto that brand or whatever, and it's like they're like it's like if Cartier and Chrome Hearts had a baby, you get Jacques Marie Mage. Okay. Nice ass glass, high end shit, $1,200-$1,300 a pair. And I've been ironing these glasses. I'm like, if I get these glasses, I'm wearing them everywhere. Yeah,
but yeah, definitely food wise, the Taquizo place, the chips and the guac was excellent. Yeah, tacos was pretty good. The street corn at Taquizo. Oh my god, do you like street corn?
Love it,
man. Listen, I'm a street corn fanatic. The best, like, no, but I said this shit before. Like, I could eat street corn every day. The best street corn I think I've ever had was at Taquiza. Yeah, that shit was excellent. Komodo, like I said, was phenomenal. Carbone was just, I just.
Have you eaten at Swan before?
No.
Swan is all of it.
Yeah,
especially for brunch.
Yeah. It just seemed like the.
It's a little slutted out now, but it's worth its weight. It's
I think really once good. A place becomes like trendy, it's almost like mediocrity has to creep into the play almost. Because think about everywhere that's become like slutted out trendy in Miami. The Versace mansion. I haven't heard anyone rave about that food in years. No. Big Pink. Remember when that was like the joint, you know what I'm saying?
I fell victim to the Big Pink hype.
Everybody I know who's went recently was like, "Yo, it's awful. They not even going there." No, like, you know what I'm saying? The same with the one we just mentioned, Poppy Steak. It's like the trendiness is already dying down. It seems like, and it's like no one really talks about the food. It's just a trend in going to these places.
Yeah, it's a dope photo op.
That's kind of how I look at JG here. Like, it's just the
JG stinks.
It's awful. It's just the trendiness of it being up there and the elevator ride up and the what's the drum with the video where it's going back and forth on your Instagram. Boomerang on the elevator. It's just the food ain't really good though. You know what I'm saying? I go over to Fresh Grocers. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about trendy spots is that the part of it that people don't discuss is a lot of y'all are like late adopters to these places because like I remember when JG first opened, I was there during fucking probably like the second month that it opened or whatever, when you had to literally call to get a reservation. They wasn't on Open Table and like all of that shit. And I went and I was like, this sucks then. So for y'all to still be chasing the shit 2.5, 3 years later is like, this is low key embarrassing.
Yeah, but I was definitely not thrilled about the Carbone.
Yeah.
But all in all, I had a good weekend, good fun.
Yeah, Miami's always a good vibe, man. It's hard to complain about it.
It wasn't. I'm not saying that it was bad. I just don't think it was worth all the hype.
Yeah,
it's just food.
I'm going to Turks at the end of the month.
Okay.
I'm afraid that they're not going to have any hookah
in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah. Somebody that's been to Turks before, please tap in and let me know if they have hookah or not. Because I'm
going to Italy, and man, now that joint, I'm like, I might have to get a hookah through customs.
You know, buy one.
Yeah. Dan, I need to teach you how to strap a hookah to my body. Like, yeah, you the hookah boss, ain't you? Strap this shit to me. Let's get this shit over there. But all in all, it was cool. It was fun. Let's get to these topics, man. We got a lot to talk about. I want to start with a big one. I don't know where you want to start, but I know where I want to start.
I want to start with the Grammys.
Oh, I don't want to start.
Okay, where do you want to start?
I want to start with LeBron James breaking this motherfucking...
That was in my top 3.
Can we give it up for LeBron?
Gotta give it up for the King.
The King has broke the scoring record held by Kareem. Okay, the record held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, motherfucking Lou Alcindor. LeBron James... It's like it just doesn't stop. The accolades, the accomplishments, the flat out impossible shit that he just like pulls. This shit has stood in place since we were born.
Yeah.
I was born in 1984. That was when that record got broken. You understand? Watching LeBron do this shit and then subsequently watching the Jordan stands go into a meltdown over the last 24 hours. As literally, Jordan fans were so unhinged this morning. It's unbelievable. They're on ESPN and Fox Sports and all this shit. They're comparing LeBron. They're doing LeBron better shots than Jordan. LeBron, and I'm sitting there to myself like, yo, LeBron didn't pass Jordan on the scoring list last night.
He been past Jordan.
He passed Kareem. Why are we not debating with that? It's just
let's compare Sky. Let's do a Sky Hook reel.
It's just so
like this
fucking bizarre, man.
Did you see Max Kellerman's top 5 scorers of all time list that he did this morning?
No, I did not.
So he did a top 5 scorers of all time. Number 5 was Kobe. Number 4 was KD. Number 3 was Kareem. Mm-hmm. Number 2 was Wilt Chamberlain. And number 1 was Michael Jordan. His argument, which I'm not mad at the list. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'm not mad at his list. But the criteria for how he was, like, describing the list was like, all right, I'm done. This is bullshit.
What was
like
the criteria?
Jay Williams walked off the set.
What was the criteria?
He was basically saying, like, all scoring averages are not created equal, or whatever the case may be, which is true. But the same thing that he was giving, like, Wilt credit for, he was deducting points from LeBron for. He's like, well, LeBron is a more efficient scorer than Kobe overall. But that's because bigger, faster, stronger, makes more, finishes more at the rim than Kobe did or whatever. But when you push out his past 3 feet past the basket, Kobe is actually more efficient when you add in all of the data points or whatever. And then he's like, you know, when it comes to Wilt was so dominant at the rim. That's why he averaged 50 points a game for a season, whatever. And then he was also saying, like, but LeBron subsequently. So he was like, so the argument he was making was he's giving Wilt all these props for finishing at the basket, but not giving LeBron the same props or whatever. Moving the goalpost as far as him being a scorer. And I'm like, and Keyshawn and Jay Will are like, well, you have Wilt number 2. So by that measure, if all things equal, LeBron is at least number 3. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of your own criteria that you've selected. Mm-hmm. So it's like, And what he said about all scoring averages not being created equal, I understand that, because you have dead ball eras or whatever, where you have a era in the league where 28.1 would win you the scoring title. I remember Jerry Stackhouse was either at or won the scoring title, averaging like 28.1 points per game. You have other years where 35. You have a James Harden years where 38 had the fucking, you know what I'm saying, was the number to win the scoring title and shit like that. So it's like, yeah, I get that, but on the same token, there's something to be said for a motherfucker that through 20 years of basketball, all these different eras, has maintained between 27 to 29 points per game. That's how you end up having the third highest points per game average for your fucking career, because number one, he's consistent, number two, he's durable, and number three, as the years have gone on, he has added all these different elements to his bag as a scorer. So even though he technically was not known as a scorer, he's now the number one overall scorer, which is a tribute to his longevity, his dedication to the game, and adding all this different shit to his bag. I don't see how anybody could come today in a sports arena and be like, oh yeah, but he's still not top 5 scorers. It's just a dumb argument to make.
I respect and fuck with everything you said. And I haven't thought about this. I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm gonna just talk.
Yeah.
LeBron James was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was in 10th grade, correct?
That's a fact.
He was known as the chosen one. He got that after he played at the ABCD camp, in which he wasn't even the number one high schooler in the country at the time. It was Lenny Cook. Mm-hmm. LeBron balled outrageous. They said, yo, he went out there with Michael Jordan, a bunch of pro players, and played so well that they were like, yo, he's the chosen one at 16 years old. When you get that type of hype and that type of pressure put on your back coming into the NBA, that's an insurmountable task for most human beings.
Yeah, it almost dooms you from the beginning.
It almost dooms you. I don't know if you even remember when LeBron got drafted by Cleveland. Do you remember the Cleveland players saying he wasn't going to have an impact? Mm-hmm. Carlos Boozer, Darius Miles, Ricky Davis, all of that shit. I don't understand all the hoopla, and he going to come in here and like, y'all, we still got a team that's worried about this, that, and the third. Nigga, he came there and all three of them was gone the next season.
Yeah.
LeBron James came into the NBA in 2003. The biggest knock on LeBron through the first 5 to 6 years of his career was that he was too much of a facilitator, too much of a passer, and he didn't want the ball in the clutch and crucial moments. So to watch him navigate through a career where, never mind the injury aspect, where he didn't even go down until he had a groin issue his 17th year in the season. Yeah. Never mind that. But to watch him navigate through the NBA where he taught himself how to shoot the three-pointer, he taught himself how to shoot better at free throws. He taught himself how to come off the mid-range. He taught himself how to shoot baseline fadeaways. LeBron literally improved at every aspect of scoring the basketball. Yeah. To the point of what you were saying, where his longevity now of him averaging 26 to 29 points a year, every year for 20 fucking years, puts you in a class by yourself where it really is you, Kareem, and Karl Malone past this 36,000 point shit. Mm-hmm. So to get to a record that we didn't think was going to get broken ever. When Kareem hit 38, most people were like, yo, this is never going to happen because you have to legitimately play basketball for 20 years. Most human beings can't sustain that. We've seen people get to 20 years like Vince Carter, like Dirk Nowitzki, like Tim Duncan, like Kareem. Do you remember their 20th season? It was abysmal.
Shit, do you remember their 14th, 15th, 16th season?
Kareem was running up the court with the oxygen tank. Watch out, let me get my tank in here. Like, in the paint. Because the reality is, to be that good and that alert physically for that long, it's damn near impossible. Yeah. So to watch LeBron improve at all these aspects of scoring and then have the longevity of him doing what he was able to do, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you, yo, I sat there the other day and really thought about it. I personally, I think LeBron pushes this points record so far out into orbit that no one's ever going to catch it. Already, do you know what you got to do to pass him in points? You have to score 26 points a game. For every game, you got to play every game, 26 points a game for 19 seasons.
It's impossible.
You have to play 82 games and score 26 points a game for 19 seasons to pass him. That's where he's at now.
Yeah.
Now, this is the crazy part. LeBron, hey, can you turn that down? LeBron on average does about 2,000 points a season. That's his average. There have been years where he did less than that. There have been years that he did more than that. He has 3 years where he did 2,200. He did 2,251, 2,253, and 2,258. This year, do you know where he's at right now? He's at 1,330 today. Yeah. With 55 games in the season. He's averaging 30 points a game. So it's 55 games and they 25 and 30. They got 27 games left. 27 times 30 is 810. 810 plus 1330 is 21. What is that? 2140?
2140.
2140. So LeBron is on pace right now to have 2,100 points this season. Yeah. When you look at his numbers, 27 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, 8 assists a game. He's doing his normal averages. But the part that a lot of people are missing is he's still averaging 37 minutes a game. He hasn't even begun to slow down yet. Yeah. And his efficiency is still through the roof. He had 38 points last night on 13 for 20 shooting. Yeah. So you talking about somebody who's already the #1 scorer, who averages 2,000 points a season, who is still in tip-top shape. If you ask any sports fan, any basketball fan to write down the top 5 most in-shape people in the league, you would be hard-pressed to find a human being to say that LeBron ain't top 5.
For sure.
Lie to me. Who in better shape, LeBron or Joker?
Oh, Joker.
LeBron or Embiid?
LeBron.
LeBron or KD?
LeBron.
LeBron or Steph Curry?
I don't know. Steph been in good
Steph ankles is shot. Them ankles ain't hold up another 5-6 seasons. I'm telling you. When you really break it down, you know who's in better shape than LeBron? Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
And maybe Jason Tatum. I watch more basketball than most people. LeBron be up and down the court better than most of these niggas that's 25 years old.
I've been digging into, people's statistics a lot lately and just seeing how load management and minutes played and stuff like that. Majority of guys that are, in the upper pantheon of any statistical category in the league are usually playing 30, 32 minutes a game.
You see what I'm saying?
The days of people playing 40 minutes and all that shit is over.
It's over. So I look at LeBron James where he essentially has a green light for the rest of his career as long as he wants it, right? He wants to play with his son. If we still doing 2,000 points a season, let's lowball it. Let's say, give me 1,500 points a season for 3 more seasons. Right there, you talking about 4,500. On top of him finishing with another 800 this year. So you talking about another 5,300 on top of his 38,000. Right there alone, you at 43 and a half. I personally think that if LeBron, and I'm not saying that he will do this, and I'm not saying that it's a guarantee, because unlike the Ray Allens, the Kevin Garnett's, the Paul, LeBron's not going to get taken off the court. I feel like he's going to walk off on his own recognizance. But if LeBron was to play another 5 to 6 years, he might be able to stretch that point shit close to 50K. Yeah. And if he does that, at this juncture, you're talking, like I said, somebody who legitimately was the chosen one coming out of high school, wins Rookie of the Year. Do you know LeBron has had 4 Hall of Fame careers in one? His first stint with the Cavaliers, 28 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, 7 assists, 6 All-Star appearances. They went to the finals, and he won 2 MVPs. He leaves, and that's a Hall of Fame career. Yeah. He leaves and goes to the Heat, 4 years, 28, 8 and 8, 4 finals appearances, 2 regular season MVPs, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. He won Sports Illustrated Player of the Year and Associated Press Player of the Year. That's another Hall of Fame career. He goes back to Cleveland, 4 more finals appearances, finals MVP, the greatest comeback in finals history, more All-Star games, 28, 8 and 8. That's another Hall of Fame career. He goes to the Lakers, finals appearance, finals MVP, leads the league in assists, just breaks Kareem all-time scoring record. This shit might be another Hall of Fame career. You're talking about a kid who came from high school with the world on his back. He legitimately is the all-time #1 scorer. He's number 4 in assists and might end up number 3 and could end up number 2 if the nigga decided to get really freaky. Yeah. He has a school in his hometown. He has a building on the Nike campus. He's a billionaire still playing the game. At this point, I'm sick of hearing the arguments. That nigga's the GOAT. It just needs to end, and it just needs to be what it is.
Nah, it's still an argument.
It's going to be an argument. I get that it's going to be an argument forever. I'm talking about for me. At this point, I don't even want to debate it no more. The nigga is done shit that we legit thought we weren't going to see. I, in my lifetime, thought I'd never see a scoring. Once Kobe and Mike didn't do it, that's the part people are missing. The greatest scorers didn't do it. Karl Malone didn't do it. Kobe didn't do it. Jordan didn't do it. Shaq didn't do it. So once them got Allen Iverson, once they didn't do it, I'm like, oh, the scoring joint is just that's No one's catching that.
Yeah.
So to see him get there and then know, like me personally, like I just broke down, he's gonna. It's not like he's done. You know, he's not. He's playing Friday. Like that nigga's gonna push that scoring shit so far out that no one's gonna get to it. And it's just like he's gonna finish with number one everything. That these major Jones. And if he's not number one, he's top 5 across the board, just all the way around. And it's amazing to see the nigga do the shit. And I'm speaking from a place of, I was a Kobe stan where I kind of hated LeBron at the beginning just because of all the chosen one, rock familiar, all that bullshit. The nigga has done some improbable shit. It's been insane to watch it happen. And to see him at 20 years still like jubilant out there playing the game.
He's still playing above the rim.
The nigga's diving into the crowd still for loose balls. It's been impressive to watch. It's really been remarkable, and I'm happy for him. And congratulations.
If I had to guess, I would imagine that LeBron's probably going to play somewhere like 24, 25 seasons. You know, the number that you gave as far as 1,500 points a year is extremely low.
That's that means, lowball.
Yeah,
that's super. Nice.
That's a super conservative number because that means if he plays all 82 games, which he ain't, that's him averaging 18 points per game.
And that's the part that, not to cut you off, he hasn't. Remember when Ray Allen became the spot-up shooter, where instead of him having the ball in his hand in Milwaukee, he just catch and shoot. Yeah. So in Milwaukee, he averages 24 a game. Over here, he's averaging 14. But you get to play longer because now you're not in the way. He hasn't even done that yet. No. LeBron this year, no bullshit, he's having like one of the best years of his life. He's averaging 30, he's averaging 8, and he's averaging 7. He's shooting 54% from the field. He's shooting 34% from 3. And you know, free throws this year, he's shooting better this year than he's shot in the last 6 seasons. Yeah. He's legit having one of his best seasons individually. The Lakers are a pack, but that's a whole nother point. But it's just like, I just don't see the slowdown in sight. I don't see it no time soon.
Yeah, no, when you hit 20, when you hit 20 years and you're still, like you said, playing above the rim, diving for loose balls, facilitating at a high level, being super duper efficient, and you're literally the best part of every game your team plays. Mm-hmm. Like, that's hard. It's hard to argue against that as far as like where the fall off is going to come from, because we've had situations where we've seen players, all-time great players, be great this year and then come back the next year and they were terrible. Mm-hmm. Kobe's my fucking man. He's my favorite athlete of all time, my favorite human of all time. He was great one season. That nigga came back the next season. He was terrible.
You know I'm a Lakers fan. And like I said, I watch a lot of basketball. And I remember watching them games, and thinking to myself, like, it's a lot of talent on this Lakers roster that is just not getting able to do it because Kobe is out here shooting 42 times a night.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when Kobe,
he had the ultimate green light.
When Kobe finally sits down, you realize Julius Randle was a max contract player. D'Angelo Russell was an all-star. Jordan Clarkson is the 6th man of the year. These motherfuckers, Brandon Ingram is one of the best scorers. They were all just over there.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. So it's like, it says a lot for you to be able to do it at that level for that long.
Yeah.
And I think that's the bigger
Sustained
thing.
greatness.
Sustained greatness.
The argument here's the thing. The argument of Michael versus LeBron is an argument of greatness in a vacuum versus sustained greatness. But that's not the argument that anybody's making.
They never make that
They're not making a logical
Here goes the craziest
argument about like what happened over here versus what happened over here. It's 6 championships, 4 championships, and then that's the end of the argument for most people.
You remember when them Biggie and Pac arguments would happen the Pac argumentative side would say some shit like, he act better than Big, and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's a music argument.
And that's kind of what happens with Jordan and LeBron, where y'all want to argue the semantics of individual accomplishments, but the first thing you run to is a team accomplishment in being 6-0 in the finals. Jordan didn't go 6-0 in the finals. The Bulls went 6-0 in the finals. Scottie Pippen, fucking Phil, they went 6-0 in the finals. Yeah. You can't run to a team accomplishment in an individual argument. It's annoying and it's weird as fuck. It just doesn't make any sense. When you want to break down the individual side of it, cool. But that's the one that they've held their hat on to for I don't know how long. And even like somebody said it recently, it was a Jordan guy on Bleacher Report. He was just like, every time LeBron do some shit, man, he make it tougher and tougher, man. Let me go find some shit Jordan did he ain't do. Like, and that's the truth. Somebody today, and I forgot his name because I wanted to give him a shout out as my y'all weird, just a strange individual. But he took a screenshot of Jordan's last shot against the Jazz, against over Byron Russell, and LeBron's shot last night for the Joan, and was like, look at the different eras. No cameras in none of the people's hands in the crowd when Jordan hit that shot because the people were there in awe of him, and all cameras in the crowd last night because all they want to do is show off that they were there. And I'm just like, nigga, what?
What the fuck are you talking
Like,
about?
there were
you
no-
do know the technology wasn't developed yet.
In 1998, after Jordan hit that shot, you had to write on loose leaf, yo, bro, did you see Mike nail that joint last night? And then you had to mail it with a stamp. I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
We didn't even have a 24-hour news cycle yet.
I'm just like so lost. This is the that's what I was telling you today. The Jordan stands are unhinged, bad. And it shows, it's like comes through their pores. I remember Martin with the salami on Blue Street.
Yeah.
Like it comes out of their pores in these moments that you're just like, wait, what?
The more
yo?
shit LeBron accomplishes, the more I know I'm going to see Ari Spears on somebody's fucking internet platform talking about how Michael Jordan is the GOAT for 19 clips. And it's just like, LeBron, can you stop accomplishing shit so I can stop seeing this nigga? Because I'm tired of the argument.
I love Mike. I was at the sneaker store in Miami the other day. They had all of the OG. Did you see it on my story?
Yeah.
They had the OG 6s, 7s, and 8s, and the 11s, and 12s, and 13s. And those was originals. And I'm like, yo, this case worth like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, they had all the OGs from the years he won the championships. And I wear Jordans, and I love Mike. We grew up watching Mike. Things change. Things evolve. That's just reality.
But that's life. But here's the thing. When it comes to sports, that's the only thing that people don't want to accept change in.
But is it more nostalgia or is it more reality?
It's all nostalgia.
Okay. So, like, perfect example, Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. You remember when that was like the great, Nas rapped about it. Like, that was the greatest thing ever. Did you watch Andre the Giant's documentary?
Yeah.
Andre the Giant couldn't even move. And he had to call out what was going to happen in the joint. Hogan was like, we didn't know, because Andre the Giant was like, you never knew.
Yeah, it's a game time decision.
Like, you just never knew where he was going to be at. And Hogan was like, Andre the Giant was like, slam. And he was like, what? And he walked in and did the shit and did the leg drop. And then you realize, like, in that shit, it made Hulk Hogan larger than life. Yeah. But then you realize, like, Hulk Hogan don't got no moves. No. He had a slam, a leg drop, and he was on this joint.
Yeah,
like
fucking AJ Styles or Russell Hulk Hogan.
Ricky Steamboat would wrestle circles around this nigga. Bret Hart was wrestling a bear. Him make Hogan look like a joke. So it's like, it's the same joint where it's like the things that elevate you and make you great. Like Jordan became the billionaire and had the sneakers and Fly Like Me and the tongue out and the patent leathers. And yes, but the shit that LeBron has done, it really makes it hard. Like, when you talk about the best scorer, like, think about this. Karl Malone is number 3 now in points. Stockton is number 1 in assists. You know why? Because Stockton was passing to Malone.
Yeah.
Kareem was number 1 in points. Magic was 7th in assists. You know why? Because he was passing to Kareem. Yeah. To see LeBron 4th in assists and number 1 in points is like, nigga, were you throwing off the backboard? Oops. What the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. When you talk about the best scorers and the best ball passers, they don't intersect. No. They don't run parallel. I mean, when they do run parallel, but they don't intersect. Yeah. To see one name on all those lists, not to mention he's top 25 on the rebounds list. That's you over here.
Yeah, he's defied all logic for what it means to be a basketball player.
That's the exact joint. He's defied all logic.
Max Kellerman made a good assessment of LeBron, where it's like LeBron is in reality a combination of Michael, Kobe, Magic, and Shaq, because of his ability to finish at the rim and be efficient, while also having an extreme perimeter game and understanding the overall.
I'm not gonna hold you. I would put a little Wilt in there too,
for sure. Yeah, because of his athleticism,
right? And the fact that the freak of nature shit he does and can do is like,
So it's like he's literally something we've never seen before. So it's like, what do you? I think the nostalgic part that people are having a hard part of letting go of is, in Jordan's day, we had position-based basketball.
Bro, how about, I had this conversation the other day. You remember when I was doing the basketball player to rapper comparisons, right? And I think I did pretty good with it. Yeah. And my homie the other day was like, yo, you remember when you was like, LeBron is Drake? I'm seeing it now. Whereas like Drake is the GOAT. As of reigning right now, he's the GOAT. but he's a GOAT in an untraditional
He's an
form.
unconventional GOAT.
Unconventional GOAT. So you look at the GOATs from prior years, Biggie Smalls, Nas, Jay-Z, all these guys, they had to go through the gauntlet of having a freestyle that was like legendary on the block. Biggie rapping outside the record store, Jay-Z and DMX battling at the pool hall, all of these different things. Where back in the day for the players, you had the positions. You had to be the best two guard.
Yeah.
In order for you to be like, or the best center, best big man, best two guard. And now there's positionless basketball where you can't even really, like, think about when people be like, who's the best small forward ever? And they be like Larry Bird or Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That to me isn't even close, but whatever. When people be like, who's the best point guard ever? Is it Magic? Is it Isaiah Thomas? Is it John Stockton? Is it, what's the logo? Jerry West.
Yeah.
When people be like, who's the best two guard? Is it Kobe? Is it Jordan? Is it D Wade? Who's the best power forward? Is it Duncan? Is it Malone? Is it Dirk? And you realize, like, if you register LeBron as any one of those positions, he then becomes the best.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you register LeBron as a small forward, he's better than all of them.
Yeah.
If you register him as a point guard, he's damn near as good as Magic.
Yeah.
Like, and I said it before, you take the best five players from the 90s. Gary Payton's probably the best point guard from the 90s, him or John Stockton. He has court vision as good as them niggas. Jordan's the best shooter from the two guards from the 90s. He shoots as good as Jordan. Scottie Pippen is like the best wingman as far as the 90s. LeBron's as good as him on the. It just you really can't compare it to nothing because you've never seen all of these attributes in one person.
Yeah.
And then you factor in the longevity, the fact that being the face of the league. Did you see the other day he was talking about how he would love to be able to go to Target? Did you see that, John?
No.
They was basically asking him about life as LeBron. And he was like, it's the life I know, and it's the life I've known since I came into the NBA. You're pretty much before the NBA.
Yeah, before the NBA.
And he was like, there are moments where I have like, I want something and be like, oh, I'm gonna run the Target real quick. But he was like, for him to run the Target real quick, it's like, Mav got to get up. He got to get up. Security got to get up. We got to do this, that, and the third. That truck got to,
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just so I can get some duct tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
a lot of pieces got to move and fall into place in order for me to get what the fuck I need.
Like, we were talking about it. Like, could you imagine, like, on some, like, you know how Wawa motherfuckers stumble in drunk after the club? I was like, could you imagine, like, Beyonce coming in here after, like, a club night, grabbing a quesadilla? Like, it would be pandemonium in that joint because these people can't do that. And LeBron was basically saying, like, there be times where it's like, damn, I want to go to the movies by myself, or I want to go, just grab something to eat or go to Target or whatever, and it's not my reality. And he's like, I'm not complaining about it, but there be times where I have them thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's like, this nigga has essentially, I said it before, motherfuckers like, yo, LeBron played outrageous in the bubble. I'm like, the nigga been in a bubble since he was 16.
Yeah.
If you want to keep it a buck. And through all of that, it never like, you never saw him just like break or waver and let's keep it a buck. He had to grow up in the media.
Yeah.
Like, he had to grow up in the media eye. So the shit with his mom, him doing the decision, he had goofy shit that went on that he got torn apart for. And he still rose above that shit all. So to be where he at, it's just been remarkable to see. It's been decent.
Yeah, so I mean, to that larger point, it's just like, people look at, like you said, these eras where it's like Magic is 80s. Magic is the best point guard. Jordan's the best two guard. Bird is the best small forward. Whoever the fuck you want to put for the power forward, Kareem is the best center. Whatever the case may be, it's like on any given night, LeBron is the best any of those positions because he's had times where he's played the small ball five. He played tremendous as a point guard. He led the league in assists, averaged 11 assists per game. So it's like to be able to be a chameleon and adapt to every single position that you're thrown in and literally be not only be a utility guy while also being the best player on the team is unheard of.
My thing is this. LeBron finishes his career with all the accolades that he already has. Number one in all-time scoring, number one in playoff scoring, number one in, minutes played, games played, all this bullshit. If he legit finishes like with 45,000 points and like 12,000 assists, you can't compare it to nothing.
Yeah, he's redefining what it means to be the greatest player.
Yeah.
Because the same way Michael Jordan redefined what it meant to be the greatest player. For the longest time, you could only be considered the greatest if you were a front court player. That was the league because the emphasis of the game was inside out. He changed it where it became outside in. And being a high flyer gave you the same type, and being able to finish at the rim as a wing player gave you the same type of accolades as being a center and dominating the paint. Yeah. He completely changed the game. From the time that he came in the fucking game, it flipped basketball to where the two greatest guys of his era both said after 3 games of basketball and seeing him like he's the greatest player on earth, which is Magic and Bird, who were the whole NBA was built around them and they saved the league. Michael made the game global because more people can relate to being 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and playing this game on a finesse way than people can relate to being 6'11", 7 foot. Yeah. So in that same fashion, LeBron changed the game again. And in between him, Kobe and Garnett did their part to change the game as well. But he changed it again because he's a combination of all of those guys that I just mentioned. And he can score with the best of them. He can fucking rebound with the best of them. When he's locked in as a defender, he's a phenomenal defender. He can pass the ball with the accuracy of Jason Kidd. Like, he's just something that we've never seen before. And it's going to take it being all over for people to appreciate what the fuck they just saw for 20 or 25 years.
Tickets last night for that game were out.
Over 100 bands.
Dog, 90 grand to sit on the wood. Like, this ain't no championship game. This ain't no all-star. This ain't no Christmas Day. This is just the Thunder on a Wednesday. On a Tuesday,
There's two sub 500 teams just playing on a Tuesday.
Josh Giddey game cost 90 racks yesterday. Shay walked in with them big-ass boots. I got a problem with them big-ass boots.
The boots are hilarious.
The big red boots that everybody...
The Astro Boy boots are hilarious.
You know what my biggest problem is with these boots?
I'm getting the boots and I'm going to wear them on the show.
You know what my problem is with everybody wanting these Jones? It's like, yo, I've been wearing big-ass boots for years. And y'all
Nobody
teased
gave
me about
me any
this
props.
shit. Y'all gave me shit about it. And now everybody want big-ass boots. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, the big-ass boots is hilarious, man. Do you see the video of the nigga got stuck in the big ass boots?
No, I didn't.
Man, this shit funny as hell, yo.
But the courtside shit looked very fun last night. Seeing all the celebs out and acting a fool. Did you see Corey Gamble pajamas?
Yes, man.
Corey Gamble's such
Corey
a
Gamble
psycho.
was the king of the motherfucking.
He was with Hove.
Yeah, of course he was.
Yeah, he was with Hove. Phil Knight was there. Usher, Floyd. Like, it was a who's who pulled up for that joint.
Yo, SGA funny as
Yeah,
shit.
I said he walked in with him last night.
And it was extra funny because, like, I'm very familiar. Like, I love SGA. He's like one of my favorite current players or whatever. And he's just a dope nigga, period. And he was on Offset's show, The Hype, on HBO, the fashion show or whatever. And he was talking about how he doesn't like slim fitting jeans, like jeans that are like tapered at the bottom. He only likes like wide leg jeans. So to see him with these wide leg jeans over them big ass boots was extra fucking funny.
How do you feel about the Offset Jay Prince shit? Oh, Lord.
He trying to drag these boots off this nigga, though.
What store they is?
I don't even know, man. That shit was hilarious.
That's funny as shit.
The Offset Jay Prince shit is
let's change gears. Let's get away from sports.
Yeah,
Entertain some of our female fans.
The Offset Jay Prince shit is a disappointing set of circumstances that somebody in Jay Prince, right, who is. And I was explaining this to Black yesterday because, you know, he a little younger. He don't really know the history of Jay Prince.
Shout out Black.
So I was explaining it to him. I'm like, yo, Jay Prince is the godfather of Southern hip-hop, and he is the godfather of independent labels in rap. All the people that matter that have done independent hip-hop to a high level have all patterned themselves after Jay or had a direct relationship and consulted with him on how to structure my label. What about publishing? What about royalties? Who do I go to fucking on an independent distribution, level to get my CDs pressed and distributed without a major and blah, blah, blah. And through the Ghetto Boys, that became the South's response to NWA. And through that vessel, it sets up TRU, the Hot Boys, TRU, the Hot Boys, all of these different groups, that were patterned after the Ghetto Boys, which the most famous iteration of it was Scarface, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill, and their iconic album, We Can't Be Stopped. And Jay has done a lot for music culture in terms of negotiations, owning your masters, maintaining your intellectual property and all of that shit. And he's done a lot. So it's disappointing to see that somebody 40 years fast forward, 40 years in the game, a literal icon, means so much to what this game is, especially from a Southern standpoint. Excuse me. That your mode of operation is you 60 years old on a podcast threatening.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It was very bizarre.
As fuck.
Yeah, we say it all the time. Old niggas don't understand the internet.
At all.
At all.
And in that case, he thought he was doing I'm just real like that. Yeah. He's thinking I'm about to let this turkey know you can't play. You know what I'm saying?
What's your word? Let me tell you something, Jack.
Jack. Set all this shit straight.
Let this turkey know.
And you sitting up there looking like Judge Mathis.
You ever been around old black men? I'm telling you, that's really how they act. Let me tell you something, sucker. What's with that Joker? Let me tell you something about that Joker.
So for him to be sitting up here on this podcast looking like Judge Mathis, clearly with a motherfucking, like, your shit is thinning all in the middle.
The best comment I seen the other day, the boy was like, hey, man, what am I watching? He was like, man, you need to get right, man. Jay Prince is the man you want to play with. He was like, man, he ain't God, he a regular nigga. And the boy was like, man, why you think Drake and Kanye squash they shit? I'm telling you, he not to be played with. He's like, man, I don't care what them sissies squash.
So to see you sitting on this podcast, sending out veiled threats to an entertainer, number one, that's police shit. That's police shit because you basically setting up a situation and a stipulation in the media to where if something happened to y'all, the police gonna look in his direction. That's police shit. Birdman, Baby B, Brian Bubba, you can call it what you feel, told us, beef I don't discuss. I don't discuss. So for you, a OG, to be on a media platform talking about some street beef is weird as fuck. You're weird. Your sons is weird. All of this whole setup is weird. Yeah. This is unnecessary. And like Offset said, y'all niggas going off some he say, she say shit, which again is not some thorough shit to do. The man thing would be to pick up the phone and check a nigga temperature if you really feeling like it's merit to what is being brung back to you and what's being said. But we've seen that this is his mode of operation. You going to go online and you going to throw shots and make courtesy calls to niggas like Puffy or Baby or whatever, people that got way more to lose than you. You setting them up to look like you bitching them when in reality, them responding is giving you the energy that you need to keep perpetuating this boogeyman bullshit that nobody's not buying. Right. You tried to pull that shit with NBA Youngboy and he told you to eat dick and nothing happened to NBA Youngboy. He's thriving. He's doing just fine.
He's thriving.
He's doing just fine.
This is weird shit. He's thriving.
YB in the Mirror is signed to Rap a Lot, management, whatever. He get robbed every week. Nobody's dying. YB and Almighty J went to New York, got into it with them young niggas, them woos and cho niggas. They robbed him, beat him up, cut his face and all of that, took his jewelry. Nobody died. So it's just like motherfuckers got even the top gangsters got picks and chooses on who they want to engage with and what battles that they're choosing to take up against and this, and this. And it's just tacky. And it's like, as a black older man, this is why the young niggas don't have no respect for older black men, because this is the clown shit that they do. Yeah. We don't be being leaders in the right way.
Oh, man, listen. And that was my point. I'm like, Takeoff really died.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, Jack. Like, Takeoff really died, and that's their family member. Yeah. Like, he's related to Offset. That's Quavo's family, and Quavo and Offset apparently had some other shit.
Yeah, they had a fight at the Grammys.
Yeah, okay. It's just, all of it is just like the shit I be saying about Still from Juice. Like, y'all not tired of this shit? Like, grab me one of them while you over there too. All it does is perpetuate the stereotype. The black male rules of engagement shit that we speak about a lot. We are the only culture where it just always has to come back to some absolute nonsense. It's like there's never a cooler head. There's never it's just like, when I saw it the other day, I'm like, am I watching this the right way? Like, is this really fucking happening right now? Like,
nobody want to disengage because that whole "I'm not gonna be no bitch" thing is so prominent with us,
right?
That nobody wants to like be the bigger person.
And at the end of the day, Takeoff was murdered on y'all watch.
Yep, that's a fact. That happened.
There are a lot of people who have a lot of questions when it comes down to this situation, because the whole premise of everything was you supposed to be good in this situation.
Yep.
If you with them, you all right. And for you to be with them and something happened to the point where fuck you getting rolled on or your jewelry taken or your cut, you're dead. That's a big ass question mark that's just got everybody like, wait, what? And this isn't a Migo affiliate. This is a Migo.
Yeah,
that's not supposed to happen.
It's the international icon.
That is not supposed to happen at all.
So yes, people gonna have questions. People gonna fucking, be trying to gain understanding. People gonna be upset. People gonna have feelings about this. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, why is it your job to go and those things are taking place in private? If they're even taking place.
Right.
Why is that your job to bring that to the world's attention on a big-ass platform like $1 Million Worth of Game?
It goes to the line you've been saying for the last couple of months. All of us should know less about each other. And this is one of those situations where I'm not trying to be funny. We didn't need any of this.
None of it.
Just no one needed any of this. They're grieving. Y'all are dealing with what y'all could have just handled this, and we just probably just never need to hear about this. That probably could have just happened.
OG.
But can I?
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, though, at times how we talk about our culture it thrives on what? Drama, trauma, and hoe shit.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads. So
Black culture is street culture.
Instead of having a conversation about how we can uplift, about how we can do better, about how we can get this business going or this, that, and no, we just gonna do this and then take it right back to some trifling ghetto gutter shit when everybody's filthy rich involved. Mm-hmm. Everybody's already a millionaire and could do so much more if we brought our shit together on a positive tip. But no, we right back to the nonsense on the street. And it never ends. It just always is going to be prevalent. It's just fucking ridiculous
As
to watch.
An OG, to be on a podcast, reading a police report line for line, well, see right here what it said was like.
Oh, that happened?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
what are we doing? What are we doing?
I didn't see that at all.
This is all weird behavior.
Yeah.
This is all weird. And there's a gang element that is like in the shadows here that nobody's really talking about because the Migos are affiliated with the Gangsta Disciples and all that. So there's a gang thing that exists here that could quickly turn this into some whole other shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's totally unnecessary. At some point, we got to be okay with letting the police do their jobs. We don't need to help the police. We don't need to help the police. We don't need to highlight no police reports. We don't need to be talking about all of this stuff. If everybody's whole thing is, are we keeping it gangster? None of this is gangster shit. Yeah. It's not respectful. He got a mom, like Offset said, he got a mama. He got people that care about him. He got family. He got a whole family. And y'all motherfuckers is bouncing from platform to platform to platform to platform, doing interviews, trying to clean y'all face because y'all are affiliated and extorting. Y'all are affiliated with and extorting the biggest artist in the world, and y'all don't want him to cut ties with y'all and throw y'all in the bushes So now we gotta go around, and he has a relationship with them. So now y'all gotta go around and try to because really what really happened was that Migo Bands nigga, he started it, and I'm just like, this is not gangster. There's nothing G about nothing that y'all are doing, yo. This is strange behavior.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And even if the sons don't know no better, you know better, and you the leader of the nonsense movement. Yeah. This is crazy to me.
Yeah, no, you real. You speaking facts.
This is weird.
Yeah. I wasn't super into. I just seen like the clips, and everybody kept sending it to me. Like, yo, what? And I'm just like, what is happening? And I'm just like, how did we get here? Then I saw the Offset clip, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, it's Grammy weekend. Like, yeah, like anybody got no parties to go to? Like, it's just it never ends, yo. Like the blackmail rules of engagement for the part 72.
It's so pervasive, man. It's just omnipresent. It's everywhere, and like, just in the name of being sensational and trying to stir the pot, like, there was no reason for him to say what he said.
Yeah. It was definitely unnecessary.
You kicked up so much dust, and you thought, like, people was going to be like, yeah, because, I got multiple media pages and stuff like that. I got a page that I follow. I'm not going to say the name of the page, but they based out of Dallas or whatever. They posted that clip. You see the comments. It's all like, this some clown shit. This is bullshit. This is nonsense. Like, this is 2 towns away from Houston. Yeah. So even the residents of Texas don't agree with what you're doing. Mm-hmm. This is a right and wrong issue, and y'all are 1,000% wrong on this issue. Yeah. And y'all trying to clean y'all face and try to make it seem like y'all not affiliated to the people that's involved in this. Like, it's a whole mess. One nigga caught a gun case. Another nigga got a murder charge. Y'all bailed him out. Let's just call a spade a spade. Call it what it is.
So they did charge him out with the
yeah.
Okay.
Nigga DJ Pat. Y'all bailed the nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Put somebody tomorrow on a concerned citizen. Put up anonymous bail. Anonymous 100 racks.
Have they figured out what it was on or what like?
They haven't even gotten to none of that yet.
Okay.
The police have their motive, but they doing their job. They didn't make it. They didn't disclose it to the public because they don't need internet detectives trying to solve this shit. You know what I'm saying? But we could boil it down to this. Nigger nonsense is the reason why Takeoff is dead.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So allegedly the nigga Pat was trying to shoot the nigga Migo Bands and shot Takeoff instead. Like, that's the whole thing. But now the Jay Prince is saying, well, had Migo Bands not been being all extra, Takeoff would have never got shot. And I'm just like, shut up.
Yeah, this
is nutty.
Yeah. I think like the biggest thing is we just need to know less. A lot of the stuff y'all bring to the forefront, we just don't need to know. We got an interview with Smart that we put on Patreon the other day. Really good interview. Shout out Smart from Harlem. And that interview, we talked about this culture, this shit that we're on now with this sensationalism of the bullshit that gets put on these social sites and these blogs. And it's just like, all of it needs that. Like, when did we get to the point where it's like, I got a problem with somebody? Graham.
Yeah.
I got a problem. Like, that's
Graham,
where we at.
Podcast.
Hop on the gram, like, immediately. It just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And maybe it's because I don't have a problem with nobody. That I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't run to the...
I can tell you this. I don't have any problems with anybody presently, right? But what I can tell you is the Instagrams is not the way to mitigate your problems with people.
No.
You're not going to get any understanding.
No. The understanding is never pulling up.
It's going right out the window.
Yeah, no. You're just going to get jokes and screenshots and...
Blackmail rules of engagement. Are you trying to play me? Like, that shit is right there.
Yep. I've literally gotten to the point where I'm so detached, man. I like, shout out Rod. I love how Rod just don't be knowing what's going on no more.
Nothing.
He's in the sports betting arena and just, that's where I'm at. And just like, wait, what happened? Who dropped the album? That's where I want to get to. I just want to get away from all of it. Because it's just...
Niggas are exhausting.
It's exhausting and it's trifling. It's just like, what the fuck, man? But let's get to the Grammys, man. There's some positive shit. Well, somewhat positive.
Somewhat positive.
The Grammys got besides
Grammy recap. Let me start by saying this. I don't know what this is the 65th Grammy. 65th Grammy.
Yeah, something like that.
65th annual Grammys or whatever. They were more inclusive to hip hop than they've ever been. They
were more inclusive to everything than they've ever been. Yeah. It was weird.
But what they've done now for years with hip hop is the hip hop audience is such a vital part of viewership. Mm-hmm. They string you along with this breadcrumbing that they do throughout the show, where it's like, we're gonna show you the set, we're gonna tell you Khaled performing, we're gonna tell you this, we're gonna tell you that. We're going to give you a hip-hop tribute in the middle. Yeah. DJ Khaled at the end. Like,
look at Jazzy Jeff over there. Like, yeah.
They just going to keep bust around, rapping real fast. Don't you like that rapping real fast?
Bust around, rapping
real fast. The host named Trevor. His name Trevor too. Yeah. Stay tuned. We gonna send our Trevor outside to show you the set where DJ Khaled gonna be performing. And it's just like, all to just wait till the 12 midnight hour, and then Khaled is on the street fucking of LA. You know what I'm saying? Literally ran from inside to outside to orchestrate this performance or whatever. And I just don't like the holding us hostage element of the Grammys and making us suffer through a bunch of shit that we don't care about.
Do you have a problem with any of the awards?
I have a big problem with one of the awards.
Okay, let me hear it.
I think, number one, God Did going 0 for 6 is crazy. Y'all don't got nothing for me.
Go. I'll go.
God Did going 0 for 6 is kind of crazy to me because you're basing this whole show around the fact that this song is probably never going to get performed again. So it's like, if you want me to come here and perform and rap and tap and be spitting and skitting and shit, you got to give me something. You can't blank me on this motherfucking song.
I will say, for them to close the Grammys with God Did, you would think that it would win something.
Best nigga collab, anything. Make up an award.
They definitely was creating awards.
Make up an award to give them. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold the whole audience hostage around this record and this cultural moment that is God Did, and then don't reward it at all. That's kind of crazy to me. Yeah, so that's the first problem that
I'll give you that one all day.
Number 2, Lizzo won the Equal Opportunity Record of the Year award because that is a good song, but let's just be honest. Harry Styles, as it was number 1 on Billboard for 15 weeks.
I'm gonna say this: Harry Styles won Album of the Year,
but not Record of the Year.
But he had a record that was number 1 for 15 weeks, and he didn't win. This be my problem with the.
It's no consistency.
That none of it makes any sense. You go though. I'm sorry.
So
I apologize.
Harry Styles. Oh, Vicky's saying you could buy your awards.
Oh, I mean, you can buy anything at this point.
So, I would imagine then that RCA probably kicked up a lot of money for Lizzo to win this goddamn award. Because you look at the overall nominees or whatever, Record of the Year, Grammy. Let's look at who all else was nominated. I just knew for sure Harry Styles had the shit in the bag.
I kind of thought it was going to go to Bad Bunny. I'm not going to
lie. Album of the Year, Bad Bunny had a shot, but I knew he wasn't winning. Because I'm just like, I was live tweeting while it was going on. I said the Grammys told Bad Bunny, not yet, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, we ain't that developed yet, man. It's still a white man's award show, nigga. Don't fuck around. All right. So, list of nominees and winners. Let's read more. Record of the Year. Here we go. Right at the top. Thank y'all. Lizzo, About Damn Time was the winner. Don't Shut Me Down, ABBA was nominated. Easy on Me, Adele. Break My Soul by Beyonce. Good Morning Gorgeous, Mary J. Blige, which we could get into the Mary J. Blige shit later.
You know I'm going
I know you have a lot to say.
I'm getting into that.
You and Me on the Rock, Brandy Carlisle featuring Lucius. Woman by Doja Cat. Bad Habit by Steve Lacy. The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. And As It Was by Harry Styles. I looked at this list and I said, Harry Styles got this shit in the bag. The rest of these records, Beyonce Break My Soul was number 1 for like 2 or 3 weeks. Steve Lacy, Bad Habit by Steve Lacy was number 1 for like 4 or 5 weeks or whatever the case may be. As It Was, complete total domination. And usually the Grammys are very lockstep with what the American Music Awards and the Billboards did in terms of rewarding people for chart performance, longevity on the charts, radio play, da-da-da-da-da. It's an aggregate of all of these different things. So they're usually pretty consistent with the aggregate or whatever, and you see winners from this show usually win on the Grammys. So to see that they gave it to Lizzo, and I'm just like, damn, she's had bigger records. She's had better records. She's had more impactful records. So for her to win for this, it's like, they probably paid for that.
I'm gonna go there.
And I'm not mad she won. I just don't, because I don't have a dog in the race here. I just don't understand it.
It all feels fake.
Very fake.
These award shows feel very, very coerced, very, very calculated, very, very, in a weird way, scripted, where it's more about, like you said, the inclusion. Okay. They did album of the year. Did you see that they had like an gargantuan round table of humans, like regular everyday humans?
People that would never meet up and do anything
People that
together.
would never speak to each other ever on the train.
Yeah.
Are sitting around a round table discussing album of the year. And around this table you have a black woman, someone in a wheelchair, a gay man, a gay woman, and it's just like, what is happening?
Yeah, everything except like a straight white man, which is everybody universally can agree we hate straight white men.
Yeah.
Fuck these white
And I'm
niggas.
looking at this discussion of who should win album of the year, and I'm like, yo, music discussions don't sound like that.
Somebody's gonna get called a motherfucker.
Is Gilbert Arenas nicer than fucking Pat Bev? Is it harder? Like, I've seen more intense discussion between that than this shit. And then you know what the part that burnt me out the most was when Trevor Noah said, okay, album of the year. You know what would be pretty cool? This is pretty spontaneous. Let's bring all the people up on stage who were discussing album of the year. And me and Lee are sitting there like, how they gonna get the girl with the wheelchair on stage? And it went to some other shit and it came back and she was up there. And I'm like, this isn't spontaneous at all. Like, y'all playing this shit. And it all just feels like super duper fake.
Yeah.
All the interactions.
It's all performative.
Oh, and they got mad the other day at Chris Brown. Did you see that with the whole R&B album situation?
Yeah. I didn't get the full gist of it, but
So the bull, I don't even know his name, and that's kind of
that's another Grammy thing.
I can't tell you his name offhand, and I'm sorry that I can't. I probably could. Let me see. This is how fucked up the world is.
Yeah, I know for sure Chris Brown had the best R&B album of the year. That's nothing to even be talked about.
I type in Chris Brown. Let me see the first thing that comes up. Chris Brown apologizes to Robert Glasper. There you go. So Robert Glasper won the R&B album. I'm not joking. That was the first thing that came up.
Yeah.
Robert Glasper won the R&B album Grammy. Chris Brown posted on his gram, who the fuck is Robert Glasper?
That's a fact.
Which is,
valid.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying?
But when you gave Rihanna a knuckle sandwich, you're not allowed to say that. And niggas gotta remember who they gave knuckle sandwiches to and start self-editing.
Man, this album, I mean, this podcast on YouTube.
No monetization. At all.
We was on a roll, too, man. Last 10 episodes were doing real good. We was on a roll. But yeah, and he posted it on the joint, and then he doubled down and posted it again. Like, no, really, who the fuck?
Yeah, no, I'm the big blood. Like, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
And people all mad, and so he apologized, like, hey, bro, if you offended by that, no disrespect. I'm like, Chris Brown crazy.
I left the other two posts up, but no disrespect.
But here go the part that I like. That's a real emotion.
Yeah.
Why you think we fucked with Kanye in 03? His ass would jump on the stage and grab the mic. Wait, one motherfucking
Who are these crackers?
Who are these motherfuckers? Right here. And there's a level of, like Kanye said it best, how the fuck I get robbed and keep all my jewelry? Alicia Keys tried to talk some sense in him. 30 minutes later, see, there's no convincing him. What more could you ask for? The international asshole who complains about what he is old to throw a tantrum like he is 3 years old. You gotta love it though.
Somebody still speak from the soul.
Like, we like that. Like, the true story. In a weird nostalgic way, going back to the sports shit, we not supposed to be friends. Patrick Ewing was like, yo, if you knock down a nigga on the Heat and help them up, Pat Riley would straight bench you. The fuck is you doing? Fuck them. Fuck they families. Like, what the fuck you doing? All of this new inclusive, we gonna hang out at LeBron barbershop with Maverick and talk about it. No, back in the 80s, nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then if I see you on the street, I'm gonna fuck you up again.
Might pull a stick on you.
Might pull a stick on you. The fuck is you talking about? Charles Oakley straight came to niggas' hotel rooms. I know you in there. Like,
Sold all that shit you was
sold
talking.
all that shit. Where my money at, pussy? Like, I know you in there. Marcus Camby waiting by niggas' bus. No, they can't lead a lot. He got to get off and hand me a fair one. All this friendly shit is fake. It's fake. It's no way. I said it today about that jazz joint. People like, yeah, you see how the people in the when Michael Jordan took the last shot didn't have no cameras in his hand. I'm like, yeah, that's because they were too busy calling him a nigger to pick up the phone. We're not supposed to all like each other. That's bullshit. This all-inclusive shit we on is bullshit. And it's getting weirder and weirder and weirder.
Yes, indeed.
So you mad at Chris Brown, I get it, but that's a raw and honest emotion because he wasn't alone in saying that. And that's not a diss to this guy, but that's a natural thing.
Because here it is. We 3 days removed from the Grammys. I still don't know who Robert Glasper is.
I've been at my job when literally the dispatcher would be like, yeah, see if you get so-so from Ed. I'd be like, who the fuck is Ed? He'd be like, the light-skinned boy. Oh, okay. Because you don't know who the fuck Ed is.
Yeah.
That's normal. So I wasn't mad at him. It's a real honest emotion. At least the niggas being honest. At least.
Yeah, I thought he went all the way Fruittown Paru on the nigga. I didn't know that's all he said was who the fuck is Robert Glasper. That's like, what are y'all mad at that for?
They turned it into him like, I'm taking that fucking Grammy if I can. And it wasn't.
I see you in traffic.
I see you in traffic.
Listen,
I'm
blood.
taking that Grammy, blood.
I see you in traffic. I'm going to beat you on blood.
I'm taking that Grammy, blood. Like, no, it wasn't that at all. Another big problem I have with the Grammys is
taking that Grammy, blood.
Things not making any actual sense. Mary J. Blige was nominated for Album of the Year. I personally am sick of the Grammys basically doing these feel-good moments for black culture and black people. And black people accepting it and being hype about the shit. Because you ever notice that we don't know what we really want when it comes to the Grammys?
No.
Jay-Z said, fuck the Grammys and that 0 for 8 shit. And then you're there every year.
Came back with over 6.
And then you don't be at none of the Black Award shows. Like, yeah, niggas don't know what they want when it comes to the Grammys. You understand? Mary J. Blige getting nominated for this Grammy is one of those lifetime feel good. Because I'm going to keep it a buck on some who the fuck is Robert Glasper shit. I didn't even know Mary had an album out. The album is called Good Morning Gorgeous. It debuted at 14th on the Billboard 200 with 24,000 records sold the first week. Yeah. Do you know that Mary J. Blige dropped an album called The Breakthrough, in which she had songs like Enough Crying and the big joint, the joint about Kendu.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
That album, though.
After Get It Crunkulating, I pretty much don't know the name of none of Mary's songs.
That album, the Breakthrough album, sold 730,000 copies the first week.
Yeah, she's a shell of herself.
That album, I want to say it was top 4 first weeks ever. No, top 4 that year, top 5 first week for a woman, and it was the #1 R&B woman debut week ever.
Yeah.
That album was not nominated for Album of the Year.
For shit, probably.
So to turn around and see her nominated for Album of the Year with this work where we don't even know it exists for real.
The only reason I knew it was out is because I follow Kevin Lyles and he's her manager.
It just, the Grammys don't make any sense. And we need to stop like getting mad and then coming back. The Kendrick Lamar shit. At this point, I'm just kind of burnt out, bro.
I told you, dog.
Kendrick Lamar. Somebody said it before that Kendrick Lamar is a black Eminem, and now I see it. Because like Eminem, he's got a bunch of rap album Grammys that I'm just like, and you know why?
Album of the Year every year, nigga.
And you know why? Because of that shit with fucking what's his name?
Macklemore.
Yo, I swear to God, I was about to say Magnesium. And it's Macklemore.
I mean, that would have fit, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, yeah, Milk Magnesium shit. That shit with Macklemore got him a career mulligan.
Every time.
Kendrick gonna drop no bullshit. Kendrick could drop an album with no beats. Just a
spoken word
album. That nigga's gonna win Album of the Year.
Every time he's nominated, niggas better be happy Kendrick only dropped every 7 years, because every year he's nominated for Album of the Year is his award, nigga. Bruh. Because they botched his shit so bad on one of the greatest albums of all time. They botched it so bad and gave it to a white nigga because he had a popular song about a thrift shop, that they gotta just give it to the nigga forever and ever and ever.
Seeing Rick Ross not have a Grammy is nuts. Because Rick
crazy.
Ross has so much good music and affected so much shit.
He doesn't even have as many nominations as he should.
Yeah, real talk. But again, that goes back to what we say. It's just they're perennially just wrong in a lot of places. Jay-Z, you know, he has Grammys. Lil Wayne has Grammys, you know, whatever. I want to say Khaled might have one or two lying around. He got one or somewhere. Two. Yeah. Let's wrap this Grammy.
Future got a couple. Future won for Wait For You.
Yeah, with Tim's.
Yeah, with Tim's and ATL Jacob and Drizzy.
I want to talk about the big thing that a lot of people are talking about, and that'll take us into our next topic. Beyonce, for the 4th time now, did not win Album of the Year. Yeah. She does have a Song of the Year. So I saw a lot of people going off like, oh, she don't got Song of the Year. And I'm like, no, she won for Single Ladies. I remember that.
Yeah.
I want to say Song or Record of the Year, one of them.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have an Album of the Year. And where are you at with this? Because we got to be careful with this one. Because the Beehive will come and kill us.
They will find us. They have slander detection technology. They will find us.
I hate Dan, by the way.
Going back 20 years, I have a pretty solid memory, but I would have to literally try to like comb through a lot of different work to think like in which year she could have won Album of the Year. Dangerously in Love is one of my favorite albums of all time.
I can.
4 is one of my favorite albums of all time as well. But for whatever reason, I think there's typically with this album.
She wasn't nominated for 4.
Correct.
For Album of the Year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just going back just her albums, which ones stand out more than others.
4 to me is her best album. That's my favorite Beyonce album.
And she arguably could have won for the Beyonce album also.
That was the one where I personally feel like,
because of all of the everything around.
Was that album great, like some classic shit? No. But I personally think that she could have won that Album of the Year, looking at the nominees that year.
Exactly.
When she was nominated with the Sasha Fierce album, Taylor Swift Joan that year was just too fucking big. Same thing with Lemonade. Adele, 25, was just too big.
Yeah.
I'm going there. I personally feel like Beyonce should have won Album of the Year this year. And I'm going to tell you why. Her album performed so well, and it was her going into a different genre. Mm-hmm. You know, she won the dance album.
Yeah, for sure.
She went into a different genre that she's not necessarily in, and she performed just so out of this world on the album, doing shit that's not her. Those aren't her normal ballads or normal medleys, and she did well enough that I personally think if we're gonna do this, giving Mary J nominations this late in the game and this and the third, I personally think that I'm not gonna lie to you, like if on some like how we talk about betting, where you got like a favorite and then you got like a dark horse underdog.
Yeah,
that would have been my dark horse for winning Album of the Year. Is Beyonce's album this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely think she was the dark horse to win it. But I just look at the year that Harry Styles had, and for me, it was only him or Bad Bunny. And when I examine and look at Bad Bunny as a Hispanic male or whatever the case may be, I don't see a world where Bad Bunny was going to take that award. I just didn't see it. We got a visitor here, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, I just didn't see a what she want? Why you ain't answer the door? Oh.
What?
What is she want to buy some burgers?
Oh, you turned it off?
No, I didn't turn it off. Yeah, no, leave all that in there. No, what's going on here? Like,
what she was
knocking with a purpose.
Oh shit,
it was crazy.
But yeah, man, me personally, when I looked
so I knew they wasn't gonna give it to Bad Bunny. So with that, I'm just like, it's Harry Styles. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't give him Record of the Year. they're going to get this man album of the year, and it was so. You know what I mean? Like, it just was what it was. I would have liked to see Beyonce win, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was going to happen. I've listened to the album. I've digested it. I've listened to it probably like 3 times. I really love like 4 records on there. The rest of the album is like, it just kind of ain't for me. But I understand the artistry and why people appreciate it and love it the way that they do. I think she made a very specific album for the queer community, and I think that they are championing this record and they love it and are celebrating it. And it's for certain places and spaces, but it's not an everywhere album. And I'm dying for somebody somewhere to make an everywhere album, like an album that I can enjoy in any setting that I'm in. And there haven't really been many of those that have come out the last few years.
You don't think Drake and 21?
That's probably the closest one. But they ain't gonna win shit.
No.
It's too gutter. So they're not gonna win shit.
Complex named 21 Savage the greatest rapper alive the other day.
And they named him the greatest rapper, Metro the greatest producer, which I agree with. Metro can't be fucked with. Like, there's just a class level that exists between Metro and everybody else. Even in an era where you got great producers like ATL Jacob, like Wheezy, like Turbo and shit like that. I think Metro was head and shoulders above everybody else when it comes to music production right now.
Yeah, rating producers is difficult because it's like, you got like classes of it almost. Like, you can't put him up against like Timberland and Pharrell and no shit like that because they're not active. They're like gang members who aren't active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they solidify they OG status or whatever. You know what I mean? But shit, as you know, in defining in a post Timberland and Pharrell world, Metro has consistently been the best producer of everybody.
Over Mike Will,
yes.
Over
Mike Will is up there.
What about the bull? Tay Keith.
No.
He got a lot of shit.
Metro got Google.
No, I know Metro.
Yeah,
I'm
Metro,
just saying like Tay Keith got like monster records.
No, for
shit.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many producers now too. Remember back in the day where it was like just like one big in-house producer for everybody and shit? Like, it ain't like that now.
It's very spread out. Everybody's trying to, kind of cultivate and develop their own sound and shit. Like, NBA YoungBoy producer live with them.
Staying on theme with what we just spoke about, I want to talk about this Beyonce announcement for her tour and the subsequent fallout that has gone on around this here shit. Beyonce's fixing to have the biggest tour in like the history of
it's looking like it. The feds have now stated that they're eyeing Ticketmaster once again.
Yo, Ticketmaster's gonna end up indicted behind this shit.
Due to this potential Beyonce ticket scramble. And what is going on? They already had this whole debacle with the Taylor Swift shit where tickets was reselling for $20,000 and shit like that. And
shit.
basically, like, people in Senate and in the Congress are basically saying Ticketmaster is a monopoly, and y'all are monopolizing y'all business operation and basically making it hard for other ticket issuing companies to compete by basically saying that y'all are partnered with Live Nation, so any Live Nation show y'all have to do the tickets for, and that's not how it's supposed to work.
Right.
Every individual venue, whether it's owned by Live Nation or AXS or AEG or whatever, should have the ability to decide who they want to handle their ticketing process for a given show. You know what I mean? But through this partnership that y'all have, y'all are creating exclusivity because Live Nation is the biggest live touring company in the world. So y'all have successfully created a monopoly. Y'all have marginalized out AEG, you're marginalized out C tickets and this, that, and the third, and we're tired of y'all shit.
Yeah.
And y'all now, through the presence of having verified resale tickets on the same platform that you sell regular access tickets, that's what's really creating the monopolization aspect of your business.
Like, you can't sell them and then resell them from other people. This is insane.
And like, they restrict the motion and the movement of the tickets.
Right.
Like, if you buy a verified resale ticket, you can't then resell it on Ticketmaster. You have to sell it on another platform.
It's crazy. I went through that for a Sixer game.
Yeah.
I bought some resale tickets and it was like, I'm not going, and then wound up couldn't sell them on there because they like restricted this. This shit is crazy. And the whole thing, like, have you seen as far as like the whole access code shit that's going on?
No.
So again, we live in a world of scammers. When you sign up for the tickets or whatever, you'll get an access code to buy the tickets because they're basically not letting people run wild just buying a bunch of tickets and shit. So they're literally like, you get your access code, it's yours. Don't give it to nobody. Because people are already trying to sell access codes.
Oh, of course.
To the ticket, John. So it's like you could buy a fake access code or access code to nothing. And it's just like, why are we like this, yo? And you got people the other day that were making all these posts like Beyonce ridiculous and I can't believe this, that, and the third. And it's like, yo, it's not Beyonce.
It's not Beyonce.
It's Ticketmaster and these middlemen. Because Beyonce's not, get it fucked up. There are going to be expensive ass tickets for front row and diamond access and this and like anybody, like a little baby, like any motherfucking concert. I'm more so annoyed that we've reached a point where, you know, like you always say, this 1%er lifestyle has become the norm for us. Like, you got people already, and I'm so sick of seeing the joke. Like, no bullshit. Instagram is like a never-ending hamster wheel.
Yep.
Because I said the other day, no bullshit, this is the cycle of how it's going to go. When Beyonce announced the tour, this is what we got to see now for the next couple of weeks. Beyonce announced the tour. So now you got all of the jokes and the memes is going to start about what people are willing to do to get Beyonce tickets. So now you got the whole, I'm in a bind, Nate, and this, that, and the third.
I saw John sell your house, John. Do you need to sell your house for Beyonce tickets?
That's what you're going to see for the next couple weeks till the tickets get released. They starting this now with I think it's like the last couple days until the next couple days they're going to start doing it. So I'm like, Beyonce announces tour, all the stupid memes and gifs about what you're willing to do to get Beyonce tickets. Then when people actually get their tickets, here come the screenshots of, I got mine, I got my tickets. We're going to see screenshots of people getting their tickets for the next couple weeks. It's the same shit over and over, no matter what the fuck is going on. And I'm just like, I'm just so tapped out from like what we've done with social media now. It's just like, no one's going to get the tickets, go and enjoy themselves. No. It's all a flex. It's all a stunt.
And here's what I'm not understanding. People are acting as if Beyonce going on tour is some like once in a lifetime experience. Like now, don't get it fucked up. She's a phenomenal performer.
She's the best concert I went to.
Anytime you can go see Beyonce, you should do it. Mm-hmm. But to pretend like she doesn't go on tour frequently is like strange as fuck.
Like I keep it a buck with you. I'm more hype about Lil Wayne's show. Because I know Wayne don't got many tours left. I know he don't got many left. Beyonce's gonna do this forever. Beyonce's going to end up with a residency.
It's a part of the recipe.
Yeah, she's going to end up with a residency somewhere.
Yeah, her and her husband understand, and he's done performing at this point, but they, in a vacuum, in a 10-year span, they went on tour every fucking opportunity that they got.
Jay is getting old because he Paul Mooney that performance.
Oh, yeah.
Night. He just sat there.
Yeah, I'm just going to chill. Kick it.
Yeah, just in this chair, rapping hard. That was hard. Like rapping hard in a chair. Jay didn't stand up.
So, yeah, man, to the point that you were making about like this 1%er lifestyle and all this celebrity worship, like I had a bunch of thoughts about it.
Yeah, can I just want to?
Yeah, do you think?
My thing is, I think about little kids who might be Beyonce fans.
Yes.
Right? Little kids, little 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids that are Beyonce fans. It's like, oh, Beyonce's coming, Mom, can we go to the concert? And this mom is working 2 jobs to handle this. And it's like, you go and resell tickets at $900 a piece.
It's dumb.
That's ridiculous. And that's what we pay to go sit courtside and wood seats $3,000-$4,000. But that's a very, 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 like, I know people that look at that like that's some lifetime. Like, I know people that be like, yo, sitting courtside at NBA game is like on my bucket list. Yeah. Because that's what the fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a normality. But we've gotten to the point now where we're making the 1% lifestyle normality in everything. Yeah. I saw the other day. Yeah, fellas, y'all need to get your shit right because trust and believe me, if you don't take her to CB, another nigga will. I seen a nigga say that on the ground, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what about the guy who's working a job? He works at the airport, or he works at, Amazon warehouse, or he works at New Jersey Transit, or he works over here, and it's like he has a job where he can function and live on his own and have his place and his car, whatever, but spending $3,000 on a ticket might be not in the budget.
Yeah.
Am I less than?
Yeah, because I'm not willing to be fiscally irresponsible like y'all.
And I have a serious problem with that.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't have to go into like debt, or you shouldn't have to like feel like you're less of a human being over a concert.
At the end of the day, People are buying front row tickets to their own economic destruction.
Bruh, yellow button.
Motherfuckers are willing participants.
Front row tickets to their own destruction. Yeah.
People are willingly spending their last money or going into debt or fucking working quadruple overtime, doing Postmates or whatever it is to turn around and give a person that's already a billionaire their money. Mm-hmm. This is stupid.
And like Smart said about the whole shit with Jay, I bought Rockaware. I bought them albums.
Yeah.
You gotta respect me. Like, and my thing is, where's the respect for the consumer?
Yeah, for the common person,
for the common
everyday
person in this situation, because no one should be put in a position to feel like you ain't shit if you don't want to spend $4,000 on a resale to go to this Beyonce.
There's no reason why, to the point that you made, that a father or a mother should be trying to fucking spend $1,000 a ticket. $900, $800 a ticket to take their 9, 10, 11-year-old to see their hero in a football stadium, not in an intimate venue, in a football stadium. There's more than enough supply to meet the demand.
Here go the crazy
every
part.
Market you go.
Did you see that they added 2 shows to some cities?
Yes.
Yeah. You're talking about 140,000 seats in some cities. How the fuck are we here? I told Lee the other day, Lee's like, yeah, I want to go to this shit. I'm like, yeah, I know. But here's the thing. We got a city credit card, so they had the city exclusive thing. We signed up for that. She signed up to the Beehive thing. Okay, cool. We get the tickets through that, John, the regular price. Cool, we going. If not, everyone, because I know what the fuck social media, we got to see people. Oh shit, what you gonna do to go to the Beyonce concert? We gonna see all the stupid memes and gifts. Then we gonna see people screenshot that they got the motherfucking Jones trying to flex. And then the day of the fucking concert, we gonna see all these stupid ass outfits. And then during the concert, you know what we gonna see? Everybody's on live. So I got a virtual reality headset. I'm gonna set that shit up for her. And you gonna watch this shit
have a
on
360 view.
You gonna watch this shit on somebody live. Cause it's like $6,000 to go to this shit is not it. I'm sorry.
No.
And we've just reached a point now where we try to make the most outrageous purchases and goings-ons normal life.
Yeah, we try to justify stupid shit.
It's just not it.
And just generally being fucking irresponsible.
And like the watch market, the Mercedes market, the sneaker market. Honestly, Ticketmaster is like these Nikes motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's what it's become.
Everybody's modeled their business after the sneaker market,
After the shit. Where it's like, think about it. Ticketmaster has access to the original ticket and the resale ticket. Mm-hmm. So if we got 65,000 tickets in this joint, okay, we got 65,000 tickets. We could sell them all between $60 to $400, or we could create the limited fucking run of super duper exclusivity where we sell 2,000 tickets and then say they all sold out, and then put them all on the secondary market for $4,000.
Yeah,
and then we all buy boats.
And then we get our fees and all of that off of that, and then there's hidden processing fees.
Yo, I one day bought a ticket from Ticketmaster for the 4-6ers game. That shit said ticket processing fee. Then it said service fee. I'm like, isn't the processing of the ticket
it's two
the
different
service?
fees, baby.
What the fuck?
Nah, you reading too much into this, Jack.
Somebody had a joint the other day was like, processing fee, service fee, $4 ain't gonna hurt fee. What the hell? Give us $3 more fee. Another $1 ain't gonna hurt fee. Like, and it's like, yeah, that's really where it's become. Like, not trying to be funny, Teddy Roosevelt would have went into the Ticketmaster's office with a
bust these niggas upside the head with an aluminum baseball bat.
With an iron skillet. Y'all got me fucked up. Like, this shit is crazy.
And here's the thing. All of this is going on with the backdrop of Bloomberg putting out a report that 64% of people in the United States are living check to check, including people that like 9 to 13% of people that make over $100,000 a year. Everyone is overextended because we're all trying to keep up with this 1% lifestyle and these experiences and this Instagram culture and all this bullshit. Nobody wants to take a fucking seat and really stack their paper and fucking live below their means, like I told you, for 2 years.
It was funny because, you know,
so they can get the fuck ahead.
You always get 1 or 2 whenever you're doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And I had somebody who sent me a comment the other night on Instagram and was like, he basically started out like, yo, bro, you watching you killing it, whatever. Give me the props, John. Then it was like, yo, I fucks with the podcast. It's like, it's crazy because y'all always talk about, you know, living below your means and y'all be everywhere. And I'm just like, all right, well, here's the thing. So, like, I got credit card points, right? So I got I go into my personal business, but I got like 215,000 avios through British Airways.
Yeah.
You know how much my flight was to Miami the other day for me and her round trip? It was 34,000 points. I got 215,000.
Yeah.
34,000 points. I had to pay the taxes on the flight. It was $9 a piece. So we flew to Miami for $18 round trip. Upgraded to the we got all the leg room, the exit row.
Yeah.
Flew down to Miami for $18. We get down there, we stayed at the fucking Marriott, JW. We got, what card do I use for that? The Marriott Bonvoy card. I still got like fucking 300,000 points on that. The room was 41,000 a night. So it was like 160,000 points altogether and shit. So it's like I spent nothing for the hotel essentially and $18 for the flight. And it's like, I'm not afraid to say that. And I've told you when I do things and it's like you can do this is the problem with like our culture. We believe that whenever you do anything, you got to bust a band and throw bread in the air.
Yeah.
And in these other cultures, when they get their kitchens remodeled and they spend $12,000, they put that shit on a credit card to where they get all these fucking points and then they go on vacation with the shit. They understand how to trick the system to work for them.
Yeah.
Sebi was saying that shit when he was in the Maldives. He was like, you go to Maldives, you meet two type of people. You meet the obnoxiously rich tech motherfucker who's got on a yellow Richard Mille who spent fucking cash to come here. And then you meet civilized people who are here on credit card points. Because why the fuck are you in the Maldives, V? It's just like, yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. But we have a mentality of whenever you do anything, now I got to fuck them up, man. I got to 50 man, nigga. It's that shit. When in reality, there are a lot of people who make a lot of moves and do a lot of things based solely on other transactions. Did you see Dave Portnoy join the other day?
No.
You know who that is from Barstool?
Yeah.
He was talking about credit card points. He's like, I made it a thing to not use my credit card points, just saving them up. The nigga used his black card at a Rite Aid, and you know when you use your Amex at a Rite Aid, it'll bring up like, do you want to use your points?
Yeah.
Like as like a currency for. He had like a purchase with like $1 some. Dog. The nigga got 44 million Amex points. If he cashes it out for the low rate value, which is 6 cents on the dollar, he could cash the points in for $250,000. 44 million points. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Hell yeah.
Just running it the fuck up off of points. And that's what the fuck they do. And now that I know that, I'm not buying shit from the airline. I'm telling you.
Not buying.
Because the other day when I was like, I was going to get a regular ticket for the flight because it was 34,000 points round trip plus $9 on each ticket for the fees, so $18. And it was like, do you want to upgrade? Because I was going to sit in economy class.
Yeah.
It was like, do you want to upgrade to the exit row? Do you want to upgrade your seat to the exit row with $? And I clicked no. And then it came on the thing, it was like, you know you can use points and you don't have to pay cash. I clicked, I'm like, oh, you can use points, and it was like, total would be 4,200 points. I'm like, oh yeah, you go and run that out.
Yeah, run that too. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but I'm like, I wasn't even gonna pay the cash to upgrade this shit. And it's just, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's really how they move. They don't pay for this shit. Well, they pay for it, but just not in that form.
Yeah, exactly. I've already paid for the additional benefit.
I'm already paid for the benefit of whatever the fuck it is. Exactly. So it's crazy to sit back sometimes and look and see people who aren't in these crazy financial situations talk about, yeah, I'm going no matter what. And it's just like, well, what if the ticket $2,000? I don't give a fuck. I'm in there. And it's just you might not need to do that.
Yeah, man, what it all comes down to is, man, it's like once these corporations realize people would line up for sneakers and pay 2 to 25x above retail for it, even if they struck out, it's like, oh, we could sell these motherfuckers anything. Because sneakers are something that was basically a forgotten item. Like, nobody didn't, it was very secular and limited to like a certain particular, athletic communities and like people in urban areas or whatever. But once they looked and did consumer reports and realized like, oh, women buy 51% of sneakers. Oh yeah, we're gonna make everything limited because women will buy more shit on impulse and emotion-based buying than men will. So it's like, yo, we just gonna turn everything into the fucking sneaker model and the movie model. We just gonna limit everything.
And that's what happened with watches, with clothes, with
We're gonna
hats,
limit
with
all of this shit. Rolex, y'all make 1.3 million watches a year. You mean to tell me it ain't no circulation? I don't know what to
we
tell you.
watched it happen with iPhones.
Yeah.
You know how fucking scary that is?
This is a commodity.
Like, it's a phone, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, so yeah, it's bad. And seeing people where they're almost like in a possessed like trance about this shit. Like, it's already, you know, the tickets is out for Toronto, for Sweden. I'm already seeing the screenshots on the gram. Yeah, I got my Jones for Toronto. I got my, and it's just like, bruh, you and 65,000 other people gonna be there at that show.
Yeah.
This is not no hot commodity. I mean, this is not no what's the word I'm looking for? Anomaly. Like,
Yeah.
There's gonna be hundreds of thousands of people who are going to these shows.
Yeah, it's in a football stadium. Like, this is dumb. This is dumb. Football and soccer stadiums. This is dumb.
Honestly,
There should be no pent-up demand.
No. But we've reached a point where everything, no matter what, is a rich flex. Mm-hmm. At no bullshit. Niggas go and get a bag of fucking caramel popcorn from the farmer's market.
Nigga go to Scranton. Shitting on you niggas.
Nigga pull you at 21. Can you do something? It's that attitude for anything. For literally anything. And it's just like, you know, I get going out and having a good time and taking pictures and doing all these things because I'm totally against, you know how people be like, living life without pictures is the best. It's like, no, it's not. That's not realistic. Our parents had photo albums on the fucking tables. Shut up. Like, I hate when people do that. No, because I be out here, I'm living life so good, I ain't even worry about taking no pictures. You're an idiot, all right?
Because every time I go out and don't take pictures, I be like, damn, I ain't taking no pictures.
Because I grew up in a household where my parents had pictures all over the mantle. Every cookout, they got a photo album under the fucking coffee table.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take pictures. That's the fucking whole reason in photography. But it's just, again, yo, these stupid nigga rules that we be on. It's
Can't
just,
do shit.
You can't do shit. You go out and have a nice dinner, a nice fun time, and you take pictures. It's somebody like clown ass nigga taking pictures.
This nigga having a good time, documenting it.
Documenting this good time. You know what somebody said the other day, and I had to tell her, I'm just like, she like, this girl get on my nerves. It's like, why you always posting everything? And I'm like, yo, you should unfollow her. She was like, what? And I'm like, unfollow her. You don't like what she posts.
Yeah, that's the whole point of following people. You enjoy what they post. If you don't, let's sever ties on this. I've been unfollowing motherfuckers left and right. I do my top of the year cleanse every year. I got to get motherfuckers out of here. Oh, yeah. Shout out to y'all. Finally hit 15,000 followers.
Hey.
I've been stuck at 14.9 for 4 years.
Hey.
Motherfuckers unfollow. People are really enjoying like our short form content on Instagram.
Yeah, we're tearing it up.
Tearing it the fuck up.
Tearing it down,
we had a joint blew up on TRPE page the other day because
yeah.
Core posted the joint on his story. She got like 15,000 views, man.
Yeah, shout out to Core. It was a really good interview and shit.
Really good interview. We killing TikTok with the clips, killing IG, killing YouTube shorts. The episode is at like close to 7,000 views. So if y'all haven't watched it, keep watching it straight from the Core. It's a really dope show. 60 minutes in and out. We covered all the hot topics. That's a great one.
We're getting good at the 60-minute interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting really, really good.
Yeah,
The Smart
yeah.
John, I listened to it today, yo. That's a good piece of media, man.
Excellent.
Very, very good piece
We got
of
some
media.
behind this. We dropped it on Patreon already. It's going to be global release this Friday morning, 8 a.m. If y'all are on Patreon and you haven't watched it, watch the Smart interview. It's not really an interview. It's like a conversation.
Right.
And it turned into like, it's like a cultural moment or whatever the case may be. But global release for that is going to be Friday. We're going to have an episode coming up with Sai Mosquiat soon. Shout out my dog, Sai. He was one of our favorite people we interviewed. I think the end of 2021, we did the show with Sai. He came late as fuck. Remember that? We're going to do another episode with Sai. More fleshed out. He got a lot of positive momentum going on the gram. He just hit 20K followers, and he has his first million view video on Instagram. So shout out to Sai. Other than that, I got a documentary for y'all to watch. Nah, yeah.
It's just like, I just want out of black life. Yo.
I got a documentary for y'all to watch. It's called Stand. It's on Showtime. It's a documentary based on Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who the basketball player formerly known as Chris Jackson that went to LSU, converted to Islam, and got caught up in several different. He was like basically Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. And then he also got dragged into the 9/11 debacle about, Muslims in America and all of that. Because HBO, Real Sports, did an interview with him right after 9/11 happened, and he basically said all the wrong shit. Yeah. And it's basically like a whole expose around his history, his life, him getting blackballed out of the NBA and all of that. And, tracing his family lineage. Did you know that he's half white?
Yeah.
Yeah, he never met his father, but he just met with a genealogist recently, connected with his father's side of the family, but he still hasn't personally met his father yet or whatever. And his mom, basically, had 3 different kids or whatever, 3 different fathers, and they all knew their father. She refused to tell him who his father was, even on her deathbed. And they get into that, and just all of his trials and tribulations. The KKK burned his house down in Mississippi, like crazy shit. And it's like a dope ass story. And it's like, I don't want to ruin it for y'all if y'all not familiar with him or haven't seen it, but it's like an hour, 45, 50 minutes or whatever. Really good documentary. It features Jalen Rose, Ice Cube, David Aldridge, Mahershala Ali, Steve Kerr, excuse me, and several of his past teammates for the Nuggets and his past agents. Goes through his whole life, and you should definitely check that out. And what I can say is, as much as he has like a legitimate case for him being blackballed, he also didn't do himself any favors, because every time they put a camera in this nigga's face, he said all the wrong shit every time.
And it's on
Showtime. Yeah, Showtime on demand.
I'm gonna go check that out. The last joint real quick. I think I'm changing my Super Bowl pick.
You going the other way?
I think the Chiefs are gonna win this shit.
What made you change your mind? Because you had a compelling argument. I was going straight emotion based on mine.
It was so much like just different movement around the game this week, and I saw so much different shit on like different forums, and I'm like, I see the Eagles jumping out to a lead, and then the Chiefs winning the shit.
Chiefs doing the Chiefs shit.
Because my thing is, why the fuck are the odds so different for first half and second half scoring? You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the thing now where which half will have the most points. The second half is at a negative 155 now.
Oh, really?
And I'm just like, And you know what I mean? And I just seeing that, and I'm just like, yo.
So you know what that means? That a lot of people jumped out there and bet the Eagles big, hard.
Exactly. And we were talking about it today, and like motherfuckers was like, they know.
See, I be knowing a little bit of
they
shit.
know somebody who got 300K on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's been shit like that all week where it's just like, and it's the emotion.
Yeah.
Like
somebody I know who shall remain nameless, and his close friends was like, yeah, I put 100K on the Eagles, and I'm just like, I don't know, nigga.
Yeah, so I honestly, I'm like, I don't know. I like that second half points bet. That to me seems like a clear. Me and Rob talking about it, like that seems like a clear joint, like betting the most points scored in the second half.
Yeah.
But I think I might take the Chiefs money line. Like, honestly, I can see the Chiefs winning this shit like 31-27 or some crazy shit like that.
So you completely reverse course.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, I think I was moving more off of emotion of just watching them, like, kind of roll over teams. And I'm just like, now that I had a second to process it and really, really, like, digging and looking at the numbers. And I'm just like, even the line is kind of nuts.
What's the line right now?
1.5.
Ooh. That's a pick 'em.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, line 1.5 line is a pick 'em.
It's a 1.5, but the odds done went up for the over. Mm-hmm. The shit was at a fucking...
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout. That was my personal thing. I thought it was going to be like Eagles, like, what I think, 34-27 or something like that. Like, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think because they both got high-powered offenses. The Eagles' defense is definitely better than Kansas City's defense, but Kansas City still has an opportunistic defense. They get takeaways.
My arm is fucking crazy. The Eagles' pass rush is so good.
Yeah.
That it's like they're going to put some pressure on it.
Yeah. If they find a way to, if the Chiefs can neutralize Hassan Reddick, the Eagles will have a long fucking day.
Yeah.
Because he passing the ball to everybody on earth. Like, his niggas coming off the bench. They got 4 running backs. Yeah. Like, he just finding people to throw that damn ball to.
Yeah, but I think I'm going Chiefs 31-27.
I'm going to stick with the Eagles, man. I hope for the best. I love Patty Mahomes. He's my favorite football player. But I'm going to stick with the home team, 34-27. We'll see how this joint turn out. But, damn, that's crazy. Because you had Eagles in a blowout, in a rout. I'm gonna try
to get together, like, I want to do something cool for the Patreon people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what though.
Gotta figure something
out.
out.
I was thinking about doing a situation where we basically have like who picks the right score.
Yeah.
It's like, what if 12 people pick the same score?
Then what? Yeah. They had to put their names in a fishbowl,
right,
and then select the name or a randomizer and pick them.
So we can figure that out. When you want to record Patreon this week? You want to do it
Doesn't matter to me.
Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.
Around that. One of them.
Well, it's
days?
Wednesday, so the next probable days
Yeah, there
would
you
be
go.
Thursday, Friday.
Well, we'll have that up before Friday for the Patreon. We'll do something cool, and the winner win like $250.
Okay.
Something like that. Like we'll figure something out. Like maybe like some cool parlay thing. I don't know. We'll take some ideas.
All right.
Shoot us some DMs on Patreon if you got some ideas of way we could do this. I got an idea of what I want to do.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to my sports betting consigliere to see if it makes sense.
Okay.
As a bookie, I'm not trying to get crushed. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand this hit, bro. Like, yeah. So we'll figure it out. But you got anything else you want to throw out there?
I got nothing else, man. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Make sure y'all like this, share this video. If y'all haven't watched the core interview, watch that, John. Look out for the smart interview dropping this Friday. This should be out Thursday, whatever the fuck. I would imagine Dan gonna hurry up and turn this around. Then we got smart dropping on Friday morning, 8 a.m. We just gonna continue to just feed these platforms, man. We got a lot of different content. We still got backlog content as far as live shows and stuff. That's all gonna end up living on Patreon. So if you're not on Patreon, you're missing out. We got 5 live shows gonna be dropping on there very, very soon. TRPEmerch.com. That should be up live Friday also. And I think that's it. Follow me on social media. Follow Matt. Follow Dan at cdiddy.trpe, at Matt Makes Me Sick, and at Done Being Big.
Let's get it. I got nothing else.
Pie out.